So yeah, we're going to get started soon. Not too much for the beginning.
Alright, they're off. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the beginning of the run isn't that special. Cap Kingdom's like 2.5 minutes. But
If you want to talk a little bit about game movement, I've not eaten all day, so I'll be right back.
yeah, sure. Yeah, this game's movement has increased drastically in its life. Like, when we first started out, there wasn't really much to work with. Like, the movement was good, but and all this advanced stuff that we do now, like spin pounds and cancels and stuff. As you can see, right at the start of the game, they buffered a spin and they did a ground pound, which made the ground pound incredibly fast right at the start, as far as bonking at the bridge. Yeah, any time loss on cap is really big, especially if it's a race. Cap Kingdom hasn't. It's gone through many different cycles of like good and this time is bad and stuff. I think record for Cap Kingdom 223 now, which is insane. Coming up, once they capture the frog, you will see them do this thing called vectoring. Basically what vectoring is they jump diagonally one direction and they change the direction midair, and that gives them more distance as they move through the water. Smallant missing the left side. Zinpars struggling a bit with it as well. Also misses it, both for the backup. That trick left side is pretty recent, got discovered like a month or two, and it takes about 2 seconds over the right side and climbing up the tower normal. But it's extremely hard and precise. If you can get it, it usually gives you a sub 230 cap, unless you mess up Topper a lot.
And Topper is not too difficult, you just have to hit the hat. A lot of bosses, you'll be able to do cool stuff to end cycles faster, and that's most of the tech for boss fights.
Smallant already behind. 34, and look like 230 now. Not too good Cap Kingdoms because Bonks and left side struggles, but okay. Plant is going to be going for first moon skip, which is exclusive to At first, when the skip was discovered before it knew exactly it did. But the problem it had was you could actually, if you were on 1.0, you could trigger the Madam Brood boss fight. Whereas if you're in later version, you can't do that. And you can see Zinpars is probably on a later version, so he's not doing it. Now I assume they allowed Smallant to do this because if Zinpars is on digital, whereas Smallant's on physical, that's the only way to do 1.0. As of now. If they're on 2 different versions, but one's on digital, they actually save about 15 or 20 seconds. But Smallant gets time saves with all the different skips that you can do in these versions, like Sphinx Clip, First Moon Skip, and Turnip Clip. But I'm pretty sure Zinpars is actually on 1.1. He can do those tricks as well, so Smallant actually gets less time saved than Zinpars. And a very good fight from Smallant. Also good from Zinpars. That fight usually doesn't give people too much trouble. Basically, the fast strat is to throw your hat out as Madam Brood for the chain chomp at you, And you just do a backflip as soon as the chain chomp releases so that you land right on it. And as soon as you hit the chain chomp, you let go of your cap so that it knocks the chain chomp's hat off. And you're in perfect position to just move forward by a bit and hit Bruise super fast. As you can see, since Smallant skipped the first moon, he has to get the treasure chest, which is the fastest moon back up doing that skip. And since Zinpars didn't do first moon skip, all he has to do is get the one up on the cliff and he should be good to go for sand.
So, sorry about everything that happened in the beginning of the race, but I'm finally here to stay. With Cascade out of the way, the next kingdom that you're going to see Smallant and Zinpars going to is going to be the Sand Kingdom, which is actually, I mean, every kingdom in this game is really challenging at a high level, but as someone who isn't really at that high a level, this is one of my trickier kingdoms. I definitely think it's one of the harder ones.
Yeah, Sand Kingdom definitely is one of the hardest kingdoms to start out with. It's such a long segment that so much to learn and so many tricks and movement to get down. It's definitely one of the hardest. And if it was in late game, it would definitely be one of the more nerve-wracking ones because if you mess up in sand, you can just reset. But in terms of a race, if either of them makes a big mistake here, it could change the race early on. And since both of them are on versions before 2, they will be going for Sphinx Clip, which skips being able to talk to the Sphinx, and it utilizes a roll cancel, which I believe is the only time we use it in any percent. It's a lot more useful in Darker Side and all missions in 1%.
Yeah. I know it's also really good in World Peace.
Oh god. That category. Just any percent with added boss fights and stuff. About 15 minutes slower, any percent. If you're good.
I'm not.
Smallant going for the Dram strat here, found by Dram55, I'm sure all of you know. What he's going to do is hold his cap out so it's below the bullet bill, and he's going to start shaking to home it, and he gets it. And basically, if you something out and on it from any part of the level, you will still teleport back up and capture it. So it saves a lot of time over just climbing up the ice pillar in the bullet bill. And arguably, depending on how good you are at it, it's actually easier than the normal evaluation we do.
Unfortunately, Zinpars bonked on the wall, so Cappy was brought back. Also, speaking of it being the Dram strat, shoutouts to Smallant for being the one who knocked out Dram in this tournament.
Oh yeah. I believe Dram and Smallant both got like mid 109s. So it's a pretty close race, but I don't think either of them were very happy with the times they got.
Definitely, yeah. We're gonna see Sphinx Flip here. This can be really tricky and it can take a few times. And if Zinpars gets it quickly, could save some time because it took Smallant 4 tries to do it.
Let's get it after a few tries. There is, despite it being like a super hard trick and like you'd think there would be like one way to do it, there's actually 2 different methods of Sphinx Clip. There's the one that you saw Smallant do where he clips in, avoids the load zone, and then gets the Falling Sands moon and goes into the load. There's also a different thing to do. You go into the loading zone and get the treasure moon, and you do Sphinx Clip again and avoid the loading zone. You get the Flowing Sands moon, and if you do that, there's a cycle you can make with the rising sand things come out of the ground. And that actually saves us a significant amount of time over distance.
This game is crazy.
Not too big of a difference, despite both struggling with Split a bit. Smallant getting the best capture in the game.
Cactus is good capture. We're gonna see it again soon for Zinpars. Hopefully Zinpars doesn't miss this skip here. Alright, we're good. So yeah, that
since
was...
they did...
Go. Go for it.
Since they both did go into the Sphinx, this doesn't change anything if you did Sphinx Clip or if you just talk to the Sphinx. As soon as you exit the loading zone, cycle of like the sand pillar and the level, it starts as soon as you see the screen load, not when you gain control of Mario. So that bird that's flying over the oasis, that starts moving, so you have to be pretty... I mean, there's room for error, but if you make a lot of mistakes, the chance you'll miss the bird and you have to get a backup move, just the notes. Smallant heading into Lake Kingdom. For all shortest kingdoms, I'd say it's, despite having a multi-moon, if this kingdom had you get 8 wooded first, never mind. Didn't expect that. I just assumed he would go Lake. Definitely not common choice from runners. They usually go the Lake first. Zinpars is going to Lake, so it's... I guess I'll explore more stuff in wood, because it's definitely the more complex and interesting kingdom. As you can see, Smallant is buying a moon, which requires 100 coins, and there are 2 moons that we get from shops, this one and one in snow. You have to make sure you have 100 coins. Depending on your coin route, whether you use Sphinx or not, it can be either super lenient or very, very tight on your coin count. So if you're short on coins, you do go to Seaside first, so you can have 100. Smallant getting his first nut, busting his first nut, and Zinpars in Lake Kingdom getting the zipper. Yeah, Lake Kingdom's around 3 minutes long.
Painful.
Lake Kingdom's around 3 minutes long. Wooded's about 6. Smallant and Zinpars, and now Smallant is entering, in my opinion, the hardest part of wooded pipes.
For me, the hardest part of Wooded Kingdom is getting a good run past it, but that's probably just me.
Good so far for Smallant. He's gonna try and do a damageless strat here, and if you do a damage boost, it doesn't lose that much time because it's still faster than casual strats, I guess. But it does get damageless. If you take damage in pipes, it doesn't lose that much time overall, but it does lose 2 seconds when you grab the moon, because if you take damage in this game, do a healing animation after refilling.
Yeah.
Or struggling a bit on Rango here.
Alright. Oh, there's still one more.
Oh, he has one more.
I thought that was it. That's
Yeah,
it.
Rango can either be a very easy fight or very scary.
Yeah, fortunately for Zinpars, it took a little bit for him to get the groove, but he got it.
Smallant opened the Piranha Plant move, but not grabbing it just yet, because the moves take a while to load before you can actually grab them, so he just gets this and then comes back for it. Zinpars did finish Lake before Smallant finished Wooded, but not mean he's in the lead, because Lake is shorter.
Yeah, Lake is like half as long. So
Smallant doing the roll cancel, assuming roll cancel strat, yep. Almost, oh god, almost missed it.
Made it.
That triple jump off the fence is pretty scary depending on the strats you use. Before we found out about roll canceling, that strat was like super duper risky and nobody ever did it because what you have to do is set up and like go to the back corner of where you got the moon. Then you do a long jump, triple jump off the fence. It was super inconsistent and only super duper top runners did it. And it only saved like a second at the time. Now that we know about roll canceling and spin pound roll canceling, it saves about 3 seconds over TP switch.
Mm-hmm.
Zinpars getting that bunny strat.
Mm-hmm.
And Smallant heading into the Spewart fight, which is probably the easiest brutal game.
Yeah. This one's kind of a joke.
All I have to do is just get his hat off of him and his head pretty much the same time, which, oh my god, it sounds frame perfect, but it's really not that hard. But he is actually doing a more advanced strat where he throws the cap out and then the backflip, and the cap hits him like, the frame before he hits his head, so it does save a bit of time over just jumping on him and throwing your cap to hit his head. Zinpar is missing that spin throw strat. It is a pretty recent discovery where you can spin throw the cap and just keep on rolling towards root because the cap will just hit switch as you keep on rolling, so you don't have to cancel and then start up a roll again. Cars entering pipes, and Smallant will be going to Cloud Kingdom next to fight Bouts.
Yep.
Zinpars get a good cycle here. He struggled a bit on the first moon.
Decides to take it a little safe, it looks like, to make sure damage doesn't happen. And that ends up working out.
I feel like doing damage boost faster there, but safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Smallant did Wooded first. I guess he did it because Wooded is the harder kingdom, so it would make sense to do it in a race. Just it only loses about a second to go to the bottom kingdom first.
Yeah.
The only problem with it is that there's input play on the menu, so if you press down too early, you will go take Odyssey first. Cars opening on the plant moon. Smallant almost done with Light Kingdom. Really not much to say here because them did these kingdoms before the others. So. It is interesting to see them do different routes though, because usually it's far into the tournament they'd be doing the exact same strats and same routes. Also, just a reminder, this is the bronze match. No matter who wins or loses this race, the tournament will be over for these racers because whoever wins will get third and whoever loses will get fourth. In the grand finals match, which is Valu versus Nightcrovita, it should be on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I believe that's the current scheduled time.
Finishing up Lake and ours almost did. Now you can compare the two because all I have to do is just fight a boss and then they'll be super duper easily compared. Nycro didn't accept that time yet. Oh. Hopefully it gets done soon. First, I don't really know why he got the heart there for extra coins, but maybe he'll die 3 times or something. Smallant now going to Cloud Kingdom, Bowser, and the Bowser fight has increasingly improved over the months because first we would just let him throw his hats out and then hold the hat out so that it would be stalling there. And once we go close to Bowser, we can grab the hat and just dive over, which would the cycle of him jumping around, as you're about to see Smallant do. He gets super close to Bowser and then starts punching immediately. Doing a relatively new strat that causes Bowser to only jump 1 circle doesn't quite get it there, but if you go in a specific spot around Bowser, dismiss that. You go in a specific spot when punching Bowser, he will only jump 1 circle, which I think saves about like half a second. And if you do it 3 times, you do save a whole second. If 34 is the best possible time you can get in Cloud. Messing up a bit on the 3rd hit. It's unfortunate. I think it loses about 6 seconds if Bowser jumps away, but I'd be wrong about that. Now Bowser shoots down Mario, and now he ends up in the Lost Kingdom, which Lost Kingdom is one of my favorite kingdoms because, like Wooded, is extremely fast. Zinpars struggling with Bowser.
Yeah. Kind of adding on to what you were saying, I think Lost is one of the cooler kingdoms to watch because it kind of combines all of the really clean, quick movement you see within Wooded Kingdom, but it confines it all into this smaller area. So you kind of see how quickly we can get the moons from across the entire we kind of go in a circle throughout the route of this kingdom, which is pretty cool to see how we can get all the fastest moons we can from all the different parts of the kingdom.
Yeah, just to say how short Lost Kingdom is for a 10 moon kingdom, Seaside and Snow Kingdom both have 10 moons, and Seaside is about 3 to 4 minutes long, and Snow Kingdom is 5 minutes. And Cap Kingdom don't get any moon, and it's about 2.5 minutes, and that's the same length for Lost Kingdom, about 10 moons to get.
Speaking of Lost Kingdom, we're going to see Zinpars entering it now. And as only Luke's mentioning in chat, although this is one of the cooler looking kingdoms, it is one of the harder ones. So, racers aren't careful, we could have a tragedy here. Like Zinpars, or not Zinpars, well, Zinpars falling, but Smallant missing the cage.
That cage moon isn't bad, but there is a different strat you can... Oh god, no!
That's not good for... There's one reason in particular why this is not good for Smallant. So when we jumped around and activated Klepto, we stopped Klepto from trying to steal our hat when we went to this area. But with Dead, and the game still recognizes that, hey, Klepto should steal your hat. So if Smallant's not careful, we could see Cappy get stolen right about now.
Yeah. Smallant is trying to do the backup where you go under the bridge and death boost to get back to the Odyssey, but if he does land on solid ground after doing this backup, Klepto will take his hat. Right?
Yeah. Usually you want to land on solid ground and just go back, but damage boosting is only a few seconds slower, and in a situation like this, it's required to get back to the Odyssey with Cappy and head on to Metro.
definitely closing the gap there. I believe when Zinpars started, including that death at the start, Smallant was around like 45 ahead, but now he's probably only like a minute or like 40 seconds or so. Let's see. At least that was like a 25:07 lost for Smallant. Cars opting for the safer moon, whereas Smallant went for the cage moon. You'd think that would be like faster, but it's actually like I don't know how much faster it is if you set up the Cappy throw, but there is a strat where you throw Cappy at the Guardian and then you long jump and triple jump over to Cage. Smallant didn't do it, he went strat, but
we saw the safe moon and the safe strat for the unsafe moon.
yeah,
Basically.
And then Smallant tried a strat where you spin pound roll into under the bridge, and that's what makes Cage Gold risky because of that move.
Yeah.
In the awning jump. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about Dark Metro now.
Dark Metro is terrible, and I don't like it. Yeah, this area can be kind of annoying. There's not a lot of moons. Right now, there's a giant Mecha Wiggler at the top of the town hall. So there's not a lot of moons available. So we have to take out that Wiggler in order to open up the rest of the moons in the area.
I wouldn't say Night Metro itself is like very hard, but Mecha Wiggler it's incredible.
It can just kind of be one of the more annoying areas to do right. Not necessarily the hardest, though. And that's because the town hall, the Smallant is inside right now, those platforms are on cycles from when you enter the room. Fortunately, they only really come into effect in that beginning part, but they can still make a decent effect. I was scared there.
Ugh. I waited way too long before doing that second cap dive. Scared me. Yeah. Town Hall, the climb up to the top, there's two different strats you can do, where you can either a cycle on this elevator that Zinpars just went on, or you can falling platform and take a different route. It's a bit harder, but it doesn't take too much time, and it is safer than the cycle. Then there's a jump that you saw Smallant do, where it's very scary because the camera adjusts as you throw Cappy, so there's a chance you won't land on him. But once you get past that, then you get to the real hard stuff, which is Mecha Wiggler. And if you don't want your bitrate of stream to be heard by at least 1,000, don't look at Mecha Wiggler as he's running on screen.
Yeah, this guy does not like your anything.
Looks like Smallant should be getting a 2-cycle here.
Yeah, that should look good. Oh! Okay, we're good.
Yeah.
That was kind of close.
I saw Zinpars fall down a bit when coming up to Mecha Wiggler, but didn't. Definitely did time. Now they'll be entering Daytime Metro because even though they did beat Big Bad Boss at the top of the town, Metro is nowhere near over yet. They still got to get if the crazy thing about Metro is that first 5 moons are gotten in about 3 minutes, and then the other 15 are gotten in about 5.
Yeah, like this is... I mentioned not a lot of moons were in Dark Metro, but here in Light Metro, they're just about everywhere. One in this girder.
Doing a similar strat to Dram, where this one was found way before Dram's strat. Holds his cap out in front of the electric wire, and then if he grabs the moon, he starts shaking. Now going for scooter clip, which requires turning your controller like, upside down so that the scooter turns. Nintendo actually doesn't tell you about the motion control scooter into the cage, just barely to get
Mm-hmm.
There's another cap warp to the now getting the best moon in the game.
This is a good moon. I like it.
Some
Bonk on the taxi.
Not far behind.
So for some reason, that top left box takes 1 cap throw to destroy, and the others take 2.
I have
Don't
bought
answer.
on that taxi before, and it's not very satisfying.
Yeah.
First getting scooter clip.
Very nice. Nice homing cap throw for that.
Depending on how far you turn your controller, scooter clip can either be free or very difficult. If you turn it super duper far, it is because the scooter turns a lot.
Yeah. And unfortunately,
I've seen moments where people don't very far and they do miss it.
Zinpars missed his pole fling, but still made it to the bench.
At doing the spire climb, which is actually came up with a relatively new strat here. Gets it. It doesn't. If you are barely able to get a spin pound on the top of that pole, it does save about 1.5 seconds over diving off.
Mm-hmm. And then the cafe. So now Smallant1's going to be headed into the crowded alley, and then after that it's going to be a very kind of slowish ending. Oh no, that was Zinpars. Missing up the garbage, the dumpster.
That's definitely a punishing moon to mess it up, because you have to either climb all the way back up or you can warp. Now Smallant is probably a minute ahead or so again. He only has 3 moons left, 2 story moons. You just have to hawk chins, and probably think these are slow, but haven't found any good not even the dino scooter.
Yeah.
Race is constantly cutting out. Yay, I love this.
Hmm.
Oh, tap, haha, funny meme.
Funny meme!
OTEP used to be funny, but then I ate your pie, stopped running so anymore.
No. You should make an OTEP emote then.
I'm not relevant.
Yeah, that's fair.
Smallant probably going to be going to Seaside first because it die a lot on loss, so he would, I think, be short on coins. He will be going to Seaside first.
Nope, still going to snow.
See that accident?
Maybe. I don't see his coin count, so...
I probably didn't even look top left, so it probably has over 100.
Probably. I mean, Sphinx gives enough coins. I don't know.
I believe he had below 100 when he...
113. Even
okay,
still, you
I don't
can
know
get a good, like...
I don't know how that happened, but...
Yeah, even still, you can get a good, like, 15 coins in the town. But before you go in the town, you see Captain Toad. So, Shiveria Town. It's a town, there's some moons in it.
I mean, nobody cares about the moons. They like the bears.
They like the music.
Bears and the music make this place magic.
Yeah, but there's also kind of an interesting zone, because the way this works in the story is that there's these 4 kind of little side rooms that you have to complete. In any percent, we're going to complete 2 of them, and then leave 1 of them with the bonus moon, because each one has a mission moon and a bonus moon.
Cars entering now, so not too far behind. I don't like that bridge. It frustrates me when people miss it, and so when I miss it. It's super annoying just to jump to get up there. And if we thought it couldn't get bad enough, there is a strat that require a wall jump to get up there. Very inconsistent.
Fun. Yeah, so now heading into those trial rooms I mentioned earlier.
First one is this poison room. Blowy Joeys. I have to make Earth proud.
Yeah. Or if you want to be unique, the Windy Cindy's.
Oh, getting a very good cycle there. You get a ground pound jump or triple jump for the wind boost. It does take you straight to the ground pound moon. Very nicely done. Got good RNG from the Spinies.
I'm so scared he would not make that jump.
Now, since snow is like almost nothing to do in Free World Peace, we do have to get 2 story moons for leaving. Or 2 story moons as part of the 10. Now he's entering the Goomba room here, which can be very troublesome because there is a rare occurrence called Goomba Ride, where if you let that Goomba, the 3rd one, go off screen, it can fall off the edge and you a lot of time because it does not respawn until you die, so you will die with it.
Mm-hmm. Now Smallant, heading to the last moon in this kingdom, is gonna head to the mountain area.
He's going to fight Rango again.
Moon.
No.
What?
Rango?
Rango?
I would say he's going to fight Rango again, but he's not, because the Rango fight here is awful and nobody should ever do it. Just do Snow Clip 4th time.
Even in World Peace, you don't get this moon.
Fight's just way too hard and stupid.
Ooh, really close. Zinpars almost killed the Goombas.
Heading to Seaside. It does have 10 moons as well, but because we don't get as many slow or story moons here, it does save about 2 minutes of snow.
Yeah, sand is sauce. Snow is not a fast kingdom for the amount of moves it has.
Spicy triple.
Spicy.
So there is a pretty tough start of Seaside here in terms of he will have to do a couple tricky wall jumps and ground pound jumps to get to this one, because it is required. Well, the intended way to get it is to use a Gushin, which is a little squid thing that you'll see. But as you can see, if we get enough height, we should be able to get it without it.
Smallant gets it. And Zinpars is out of sand. Or, I can never... Why do I always call this kingdom sand? Snow. Out of snow.
I'm Odd Me. I'm the less energetic one.
I'm not on me. I'm the less energetic one.
Going into the Jetstream moon, other moon that's intended to be gotten with a Gushin, but I would say it's very easy to do without, but I mean, he's not doing very well.
There we go, though. Gets it within a bit of time.
For those who don't know, I'm the guy who lost to Smallant in top 8, so there's a little bit of salt still. I'm not in this race.
Nice one. I 0-3'd my group, so I didn't have to worry about the salt.
Zinpars not have a very big gap between Smallant, as he is just now starting Seaside, and Smallant's not having a very good one right now. And with this close of race going into Luncheon, it could change a lot. Luncheon, in my opinion, is the hardest kingdom.
That's just the dumbest kingdom. I'm just gonna say that one
It's
now.
really
I hate
stupid.
it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I used to like it when I wasn't good at this game. Ugh, once you start doing super advanced strats in it, it can kill your run so fast. Smallant, I can't make the shortcut joke because that's what this moon's called in English, but nobody in here can read Japanese, so.
It's a shortcut.
I believe I said that when I commentated a race when the runners used English.
English.
It just has one more moon, and Zinpars is about to go in water. In the early stages of Seaside Kingdom routing, we only got about, like, water, I think, and now I believe, like, a minute and a half of it is underwater now.
I believe in, like, the older Seaside routes, I think you only got, like, 2 moons underwater or something.
Yeah, we got the shopping moon, which required at least 400 coins at this point in the run. Because we also did luncheon slots at the time.
Okay, I'm not thinking about. I'm thinking about a different route. Fun fact: old Seaside route is the only thing I've ever contributed to this game. It was a route that lasted for like 12 hours.
Yeah, the routes of this game really. Like, nobody knew how to route this game in the first early days of it.
Yeah,
especially Sand Kingdom.
Sand Kingdom was a mess at the beginning. Like Lake, we got down. I think there's only been one change to Lake from the original route.
No, we did not get volleyball, but we did get jump rope 30 in Metro.
We did? I don't remember doing that.
Yeah, I think
we didn't get this move.
First started routing, they did put 30 jump rope start. Like, there was a new route for Metro, Sand, and all these other kingdoms every single day.
Yeah.
Almost every, like, 2 hours there's a new route. It was insane. But now all the routes are pretty much final, and it would take, like, a crazy new trick to make a new route.
Yeah.
Like Bruncheon.
Bruncheon.
If you don't know what Bruncheon is, it's basically a 1.0 exclusive trick where you go to the Luncheon Island, like the Moon Island from the Wood Kingdom painting, which you can obviously normally do, but you can. There's a lava bubble on the island with the rock 1.0, so if you get enough distance, you can just barely capture them. And right now it's completely useless because Odyssey isn't there because we haven't been to Luncheon yet.
Yeah.
People have been trying to find ways to get to the multi. But right now we can't because the meat is not active and neither is Spewart, so we can't do anything in Bruncheon aside from get like a few moons.
Yeah.
But people have been theorizing that if we do end up getting the multi, the Odyssey will appear, and we can save like 20 minutes.
Yeah, skip straight from whatever kingdom you just talked about to
I believe we would skip. We would skip a lot of moons and we did because we would get Spewart, because the kingdom painting doesn't until after Spewart. We would skip a lot of wooded, skip cloud, lost, metro, snow, and sea.
And if it's a wooded thing, wouldn't we also be able to skip lake?
Yeah, it's used for star percent. Stupid meme.
I don't even know.
I guess we
what
could talk about Luncheon, but I think we're just ignoring it right now because
there's nothing really. Luncheon, we've already explained everything about the basics of movement, and Luncheon does not really do anything.
There is an exciting room coming up though. It's forks. Everybody likes forks.
No.
It's the only thing I like about Luncheon.
Yeah, no,
forks,
same.
because it's easy. Like even this room that Zinpars is going into, there's a new strat here that's extremely difficult, where you do an instant roll cancel, and you go over the gap, which saves about a second. Oh. Smallant entering forks now as Zinpars is going into Plaza. Lava Bubble Room did used to be like the exact same speed as Forks, but people made optimizations to Forks and now it's about 2 seconds faster. Smallant getting a very good Forks room. He doesn't be good. Or struggling a bit. Hang up after the Crate Moon. Not a very good Luncheon for Zinpars right now, unfortunately. Smallant, since he's on 1.0, so will Zinpars. They will both be doing Turnip Clip, also known as Cheese Skip, Cheese 05 trick, whatever you want to call it. And they grab this turnip, doesn't matter which one you get, golden or white. Use it, place it in front of the moon cage, and after you do that, you capture a hammer bro and take it over to the turnip. You place it in between the turnip and the cage. And you uncapture the hammer bro, recapture it, and then it just pushes you into the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Cars entering forks now.
Enjoy the flicking.
Not too many moons left at this part in Lunch. There's not much to do in this part. You just get this lantern moon, the one on the side of the mountain, and then you get the meat. Everyone's favorite capture. Yes, that's right. I just betrayed Cactus.
I once ended a bingo on the Christmas tree, so that was fun. I like the Christmas tree.
Tree is good, the meat. Yo, Cactus.
Meat's good. Cactus. What else? The taxi, that's a funny one.
Cars struggling a bit to get up to the turnips.
Mm-hmm. Gets it, though. Don't worry.
Which? Let's get a slightly faster Smallant did. And I think, yeah, he does have to readjust.
Well, still gets the clip,
nice.
So.
Now, there is actually more to Luncheon after we get the multi-moon, because the bird is still up there. We didn't actually kill the bird, but nobody cares about world peace, so he does run away from the bird. Zinpars almost done. Smallant getting sub 50 Luncheon, not too bad. Now he's going to be entering Ruin Kingdom, which I guess we'll just do Twitch chat now because Ruined is boring. It's an auto scroller. I'll just explain it ahead of time. There's a big dragon off Spyro because he's angry that he didn't get an announcement today, like people. So he's taking his anger out on Mario. And all of a sudden these swords are added into his head. You have to take the forks out, take the swords out of the dragon's head, ground pound it once it's on. Then once you've defeated the dragon, you send Spyro back to Skylanders, also known as Hell.
This is not the first time Oddme has been on a microphone before. What are you talking about, Zero Maverick?
I've been using mic for like a year now.
Yeah, I know.
I think except for like one race, I'm not doing weird camera angles. That threw me. Aside from like one race, I've been on stream for every race I've done, commentated. And there are people who haven't watched me in a long time, so not very surprising. Yeah, Zinpars is now entering Spyro's dungeon. I can't not call it Spyro Land right now because everyone was expecting an announcement for a Spyro remaster, like Treasure Trilogy or something, but fortunately it did not get announced today, so Spyro's mad at Mario. Smallant getting, I guess. I shouldn't joke about Ruin too much because I have died on this boss before on 106, but it doesn't matter now because I have a 106. The dragon is defeated. Smallant will be entering Bowser's Kingdom, which is very interesting compared to Ruined, and it's one of my favorites for sure.
It's a kingdom with birds.
Yeah, it has birds, has pretty hard boss fights, which you don't see often in Run. Mecha Wiggler isn't hard, it's stupid, but like Mecha Wiggler is all RNG. Mess it up, it's very rarely ever your fault. But Bowser's Kingdom has Harriet, has Topper, and it has the Mecha Brutal. They're all very difficult bosses to do. Even Harriet, like, depending on what you know about the Harriet fight, it could give people trouble.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, it's free.
Bars landing the final hit on the dragon. A Smallant entering Bowser's Kingdom. There are two moon options here. One of them we always get, but there are two optional. Okay, I'll explain it differently. You have to get the story moons to progress in this kingdom, or else you can't go to the end of the game. But the game actually doesn't tell you in the top left. You need 8 moons to progress. So aside from the 6 story moons, we get 2 extra ones. And one of those, Smallant Stroke, aka the ripoff. Yeah, one of the optional moons we always get, which is behind the castle gate, after the moon shards area, which he's going into now. But there's also 2 other moons that, depending on the route you like, you can get either one of them. There's one behind the big wall, which you use Tokyo cap storage to get. Yeah. And it loses about a second to the Smallant we'll be getting, which is behind the crates after the brutal fight. Really? Yeah, either one is pretty fast. Personally, Glory Hole is longer in Kingdom, which is a fan favorite.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad about that.
Was use Pokio to... It's the only fast Pokio home, so we only did one. Which is actually in this area. Smallant getting a pretty good moon shards right now.
Yeah, just needs to hit the bomb, and is in a good place to do so.
As you can see, Zinpars is doing behind the wall. And he did hone in his cap on the Pokio and will teleport back up.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm recalling correctly, Zinpars does use Joy-Cons, so in Moon Shards, he should be going for some pretty different moves that nobody has seen before. Well, unless you've watched Zinpars, you've never seen it. All going behind the cascade. I thought he was gonna bonk. There is actually a different strat where you do cap storage again with this electric wire, but you have to do it fairly quickly to cap. Smallant going to Topper first choice because Topper is the harder of the Brutals. Thought of by many. It doesn't matter which one you do, in whatever order, they're the same speed. Does seem like Zinpars is going to be doing his advanced Joy-Con move. Doing this down throw here, which is Joy-Con only.
Joy-Con?
And he does miss. Yeah, the thing about Joy-Cons is you can do down throws on Pro Controller, but the thing about them is that they aren't useful. You have to ground pound before throwing your cap to get a down throw. Whereas the Joy-Cons, if you just flick them down, you will do a down throw instantly, making for some pretty advanced strats for them only.
Harriet. Free.
No, Zinpars.
Zinpars fell down the hole. And is
Smallant.
dead now.
Unless Smallant screwed up big time and Brutal, this does look like his win for now. But Zinpars still has 2 matches to make it up. So. Well, he has 1. If he wins the next one, he will have 1 more. Try and win.
So, as Zinpars is heading into the double brutals, Smallant is heading into the last kind of part here, so I don't know how much of a lead that gives him right now, but it's definitely a decent one.
Smallant actually used to do a pretty creative strat for this Great Moon where he goes off the top of the roof and does a spin pound, but not completely, that you can throw on your cap and hit the crate as you're falling down. And the problem with this Great Moon that not a lot of people like, as you can see by Smallant's gameplay, the camera locks you, so it is a pretty scary climb to get up to that video because you don't know where you're going. So unless you've practiced it a lot, it is safer to just let the camera readjust itself and take the time loss over dying.
And speaking of Pokios, we finally saw one be used there to climb up that wall to make it to Bowser's Kingdom.
Now, Smallant, probably the hardest fight in the game for many.
Zinpar's done with the brutals.
This boss has been through a lot of stuff.
Such as Birdless, which you saw Smallant do.
Smallant was going for a strat he did find. Very fast topper hit.
Oh,
Let's get it. That saves about seconds over left side. Mecha Brutal.
What in the work?
Yeah, originally at the start, we would take a Pokio and knock down the robot so that we can hit it a bunch of times. But over the months, we have found a birdless strat, which allows you to make the fight a whole lot faster because you don't need to wait for the bird. And Smallant getting a very good Mecha Brutal fight, I mean.
Yeah. It was a good fight, yeah. Also, I made that reference thinking you were on the putting in the work team, but I'm wrong. Zinpars with some really nice looking bird movement that I don't think I've ever seen.
Really
yeah.
Smooth. Yeah, that little piece of ground that you can't actually grab onto for some reason, even though it's mostly metal. But you can launch yourself from that.
It looks cool, and I've never seen it before.
It is risky though, because it's a super precise spot to poke. If you miss it, you have to readjust and climb up. Of course, also going for right side does fall off. Does bonk again. Ugh. Bad thing about Mecha Brutal is that if you fall off on the first climb, you do get comboed by a Pokio instantly. It's right next to you, and you can't run away from it if you're in a bonking animation.
And according to chat, that bird movement I mentioned earlier was actually found by Zinpars.
Zinpars getting the Smallant hit as well.
Yeah.
To show up his opponent. Now Smallant does look like he's on 7 pace, I believe. Either 107 or 106 pace going into Moon. Pretty solid.
Really good pace. Your PB is a 106, I believe.
106.20. Not on pace to bop that, which is good. I don't want him beating me. Moon Kingdom is around 5.5 minutes, depending on how good you are at it. Did find a new strat for the 2D section, which is very infamous in this.
I always get mad when racers go for it.
Yeah, there is a new strat that is kind of awkward in terms of like holding. Or you hold a button that you use to breathe fire. You do actually run faster in 2D. You run faster than normal. You have to like jump, run, and breathe fire with 3 different fingers.
Well, speaking of skips in the Moon Kingdom, we have the cave skip here. If Smallant just saves 7 minutes.
This one's not too big. It only saves around like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It wasn't found until like a day after the game came out. So.
Yeah, it was found like release weekend.
That skip is simple, but it took us a while to find a consistent for it because the double wall jump doesn't to get the first one off that. Smallant going into the final Bowser fight here. Spring Moon. Yeah, Lil Curbs did find the 2D running strat. Shoutouts to him.
Yeah. Good job.
And we all felt very stupid once we did find it because it actually is intended to run in 2D. Because when you slow down after doing it, it makes a screeching hull sound.
Nah.
So Nintendo did know that you could do that. We all thought they had speedrunners in mind making this game, and then Wolfie 2 came around.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final Bowser fight isn't very different from the first one. It's just he has an extra cycle where he breathes fire all over the place, and he has more hats to throw at you. Ooh, Smallant missing the final hit.
Yeah.
One interesting thing about Bowser is that if you miss hit, the hitbox of the hats becomes gigantic. So it really doesn't matter that much for the damage boost. Just do it again if you have 2 health. But it does matter a lot for the second hit because he only throws the hats once, so you can't really damage boost out time. As far as entering the fight, about I want to say like a minute and a half or 2 behind Smallant, which is entering the escape.
Yeah. Now it's time for the escape, which you take control of Bowser and get out of there. This ending blew my mind when I played this game. This is what the
inside of the movie is like, people.
Yeah. There's a lot less cheese and a lot more explosions.
Now Smallant entering 2D, hopefully he runs, because who doesn't do new strats in races, right? Like he is doing it. 2D skip.
Nice.
Easiest trick in the game. No one will ever fail that, ever.
I'm really mad that you said that.
I believe Valu has actually died on that in the Worlds one. 112.55, I think.
Probably.
Back when 112 was bad, man.
That's level 119. But then again, I don't really play this game anymore.
Zinpars landing final hit on Bowser. Smallant 107 pace, then turn to May. What? No, what just happened? He breathed fire as the cutscene was happening. I've never seen that.
Nice.
Finding all sorts of new stuff on accident.
Smallant, good job. Zinpars in the Bowser section.
Still a pretty close race between them for their first game.
Yeah, and they've still got 1 or 2 more, depending on who takes the next one. What if Smallant falls? You know? He's not gonna fall.
Camera adjustment. Smallant will be winning the first race.
It looks like. Just don't jump off right now, please. We're good.
Jump! Oh, dang.
Alpharad did that once. Just jumped off.
Game just crashed.
Nope.
107.23.
Smallant has finished in first place with a time of 1 hour, 7 minutes, 24 seconds.
Zinpars did XD skip. Oh, it's a legend instantly.
Oh, okay, never mind. Smallant did not get first place. I lied.
Okay, so I just memed about XD skip. That saves no time whatsoever, but it looks funny.
Yeah.
Even though I just memed about that, I think Zinpars is on PB base.
Maybe. And for those asking, I don't... SGDQs, I don't think their game list is out yet, but I do know Smallant, I believe, did submit this for SGDQ.
Yeah, but Nycro submitted anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, they could want a race, who knows? And if they want a race, Smallant's definitely a good competitor.
I think Mars is a 108.51 still. I don't know if he has PB'd recently, but could possibly be PB face. This room might have killed it. Isn't very good right now. He's gotten very close to PB lately. He's got 10 seconds. Not a PB, unfortunately. Still very close PB for him. 4 seconds off.
Reading 1 hour 9 minutes.
Yeah, 109 flat on SRL.
So, a little bit of something we said earlier. Omni and I are both not going to be commentating this entire best of 3. We both are scooting out after this first race, but don't worry, because for the second and possibly third race, we have 2 new commentators, so I'm going to see if we can get our 2 new commentators in here right now. If that's alright with you. Omni, if you have anything you want to say before we sign off.
Follow me on Twitter. I'm good. I mean, yeah.
I would say that, but I'm not good, so.
Yeah, these...
See ya. And we have him here, so.
Go.
You two introduce yourself and have fun with the rest of the races.
Ochre ran away.
I'm here.
Oh. Start commentating, losers.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, thanks. I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. I'm Ochre Armband, and I'm joined here by Nerf. You hear Nerf?
I wasn't ready.
Well.
Sandwich. I wasn't. I thought we had time. I thought there was time.
I also thought we had time. Oh, well. It's fine. Just gonna take some time here between races, I guess. So how's everybody doing? Enjoy the race? It's pretty, let's see here. So Zinpars finished with a 108.55. Smallant had like a, 107.20 something. So decently close on it. And Zinpars is getting pretty close to PB there. That's pretty cool. What is a race? That is an excellent question, Mango versus Lemon. You might want to head over to the Philosopher's Corner for that one, though.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Ochre, can we race sometime? Yeah, sure. I'm pretty busy at the moment, but I'll let you know when I'm not.
He cheats. You don't want to race Ochre.
It's true. I'm a confirmed cheater.
Confirmed on stream. I got the clips.
Looks like Smallant's just taking a little doze there. I can appreciate it. I respect it. This isn't a race, so not the same version. Ah! Well, okay, so there's something that we need to clear up right here and now, and that's that, yes, there are minor, mind you, version differences. I think the total amount of time potential difference between 1.0 and 1.2, assuming 1.2 digital, that is around 30 seconds. So A, it's a 30-second maximum difference potential between versions, and B, these runners have agreed beforehand upon what is allowed and what isn't. So anything that you might see Smallant doing that Zinpars can't do, Zinpars has said, yeah, that's okay. I don't mind if you do that. So for all intents and purposes, yeah, this is a fair race. Nothing here is being done that's sketchy. Everything's above the table, and like no one's cheating. Okay.
Spoken like a true cheater.
Glad we. Hey.
No one's cheating. I'm allowed to do it.
It's just you just hate
Sorry,
me.
tournament. I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, but yeah. So as most people know, like version differences, they've been kind of a little bit of a pain for a lot of people lately. Just for the community in general, right? It's never it'll always split your player base a little bit, but we're all civil here. We'll say, just like Ochre said, and we just agree on what you can and can't do, and then have a race. That's all it's about. It's this race.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that the only difference in like what you can do in the run between 1.0 and 1.2, for instance, is in 1.0 you can do first move skip, and in 1.1 you can't. And additionally, runners on 1.0 have to be physical. Runners on 1.1 are probably digital. So 1.1 runners have an advantage over 1.0 runners who aren't doing first move skip because of the digital version's load times. So kind of to even it out, the faster load times of the digital version 1.1, you do first move skip on physical 1.0, it kind of roughly evens it out there. So that's kind of the reasoning behind what runners are generally opting for in these races.
And while first move skip isn't the most technical or precise trick in this game, it is a minor setup, and you do have to have some kind of precision with it. So you are taking that risk that the other runners not having to do that trick there. They're getting kind of a free pass. Obviously, risk versus reward kind of deal. But you messed up first move skip a few times, and you kind of lost your edge there.
Yeah, and actually, Nerf kind of alluded to this, but I myself am now a 1.0 runner. And so I know it's not free time save the first move skip. You do have to actually nail the trick. It's not super difficult, but it's not free, I wouldn't say. .0 runner dance game, yeah. I apologize for nothing. I think we all would like to see a universe where the version that everyone's competing on for the 90% category is the newest patch, and 1.0 isn't the fastest. I think that would be something that everyone would like to see, but unfortunately, stuff happened.
Nintendo hates speed.
Well, yeah, that too.
No, they see those as errors in their creation. So.
Yeah.
We see them as going fast.
Version 1.6 is the best.
Earlier, somebody mentioned 1.4 has no moonskip. Man, if they took out moonskip, I would cringe so hard. I would go back to 1.0. I would 100% go back to 1.0. Like no questions asked.
No one wants to do the moon cave.
Yeah,
no one wants to do the moon
makes me
cave.
cringe.
Holy, I
Terrible
can't.
thought. Why would you say that?
Oh. Anyway, on a positive note, looks like Smallant1's in the ready position. Zinpars hopefully going to be queuing up just behind him and get underway for the second race here. God, I don't want to imagine a universe where we don't have Moon Cave skip. That just
what? I've been in there one time in my casual playthrough, and that was it.
Yeah, I think I went in there twice. Once, playing through the story in my casual playthrough, and then the second time in that same file to, get all the moons to 100% the game. And I've never gone in there since, because, no. Nope. It's just the worst.
I should probably play through the game again one time. I should probably pick up a darker side run, because bingo's the new hotness, right?
Do you even go into the moon cave though?
I hopefully not. But
I don't think you do in darker side.
I'm just saying.
Oh god.
I can't let Okra beat me at bingo too. I gotta have at least something. When we playing bingo.
Are you ready for that hashtag hype bingo tournament?
I'll spam it.
I'll be honest, I've never played a match of bingo in my life. I just bingo tourney. And looks like our runners are underway for the second race in the best of 3 for the third place title. Title of third place, third best runner in the tournament. I'm excited. You excited, Nerf?
I can't wait. Now, one thing I love about catching a second race here is we're already synced up.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for the restreamer to sync it up. Not to pressure the restreamers, but it's enjoyable to come in and it's already it's already all synced up and timed, and so you can see Zinpars here with a half-second lead or whatever. I love it. It's great. Not even now. It's whatever. It'll even out. It doesn't really matter in the long run, but it's nice to see.
We've already evened out. No, it's pretty much same frame.
Ooh, nice.
Zinpars going for that swag strat. Getting way out there, far out on the bridge. Normally, if you were too low, you would clip right through it, and Smallant1 having an unfortunate bonk there.
Kind of the opposite. Outcome there is that Zinpars gets more distance on that switch pull on the bridge than normal, and Smallant1 bonks. So slight. That's about as big a difference you're gonna have at that point in Cap Kingdom, but still interesting to see. Smallant1 currently has 1 victory in this best of 3. So if he wins this match, wins this race rather, he is the winner of the match. If Zinpars wins, we go to race 3.
When Zinpars is getting kind of two back-to-back misfortunes there. One, his hat was too far off the ledge to give him a vault, so it gave him a single jump. And then he also kind of misstepped the back up there, so giving that slight lead back to Smallant there. Cap Kingdom, there's, as you can see, even with those small mistakes, there's not a big difference in the amount of time you can lose in Cap Kingdom as long as you don't accidentally die. So.
Yeah, so I mean, about a 5-6 second difference tops between our runners here at a Cap Kingdom off that. It looked like a giant mistake from Zinpars, not making that leap all the way up, but 5 seconds. That's certainly recoverable in a race over an hour long. So, not the worst fate, but hopefully looking to rectify that mistake in the rest of the run and not have things like that happen, because they do add up over time.
Yeah, well, Cap Kingdom probably being the area that most runners reset constantly in the long run. It's so insignificant on the run.
Nerf and I know a lot about resetting in Cap.
Oh, man. And so here we're going to see Smallant go for the first moon skip.
He doesn't get the vault, and he bonks. Ooh, it hurts. He has to try again. And just bonking left and right.
Sadly, this is just what we were talking about earlier, is if you don't, this trick is not free, so.
So he does get it second time around, but bonked more than once trying to get to that. Oh, and again, these minor time losses from that time save that he's supposed to have built into this route here. He's going to kind of lose invisible time over the course of the run to load differences here. So, yeah, I mean, just something to keep in mind here is that even though he is doing this first moon skip, getting to the boss fight before Zinpars, he's going to lose some time to load times. Yeah, so Zinpars having to wait through these cutscenes before he can head to the dinosaur, but he is going to do the same dino jump that Smallant did and get it first try. No commentator's curse.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That trampoline's probably listening to us right now.
See, he got it. Commentator's curse is not a thing.
I was waiting for the no loading zone.
I was a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. Just because I said something.
Yeah. While Smallant, it does appear that he has a large lead. There is going to be a small route difference going back to the Odyssey, but it looks like he should still have a little bit of a lead, even with those kind of
yeah.
I mean, honestly, the mistakes that you can make in Cascade are pretty much bonks, and having an unfortunate 3 bonks there.
Yeah, I mean, so
hurts.
So Smallant, what he did is we call it the first moon skip. He skipped getting the first moon, which Zinpars did get. So Zinpars is actually up a moon right now. Smallant needs to get 2 moons to leave Cascade, but Zinpars only needs 1. So even though they are separated by that grand moon cutscene, Smallant does have 2 moons ahead of him before he can leave. Zinpars doesn't only need to grab the 1. A little bit of a spin jump mishap there from Smallant, but making his way to the first of the second moons. He falls, actually, has to try again. So there's 1 moon of 2. Gonna spin pound over to the other one. And Smallant making this pretty fast here. And he does make it up top, gonna leave Cascade Kingdom. So yeah, Zinpars doesn't need to grab this 1 moon, and he'll be right behind Smallant.
Yeah, not too big of a time difference, maybe 10-15 seconds there. So,
ooh, that spin pound, that was really nice from Zinpars.
Going right underneath the chain chomp.
I thought he was going to bonk into the stuff in the ground.
Yeah, the ground there being very deceiving on what you can and can't bonk on.
So yeah, I mean, just on either end of this cutscene, really, for our 2 runners, this is pretty close so far. Sand Kingdom, though, is definitely where the run gets interesting.
Yeah, one thing that's nice about kind of SMO any percent is that it, just as well as the game ramping up in difficulty, the speed run ramps up in difficulty. We have one really hard trick in Cap that we kind of brushed over, that being probably one of the most precise jumps in 80%, but not a significant one. As we saw, Zinpars messed it up, but was still only 2-3 seconds behind. But, from Sand Kingdom onward, it just gets harder and harder. While Sand Kingdom doesn't have a real lot of places to really kill your run, I'm sure there's lots of places to reset if you were doing PB attempts. It's just a lot of technical tricks just strung back to back. And then as it goes on, those technical tricks just become, perils almost.
And especially, Smallant. Is he still top 10? I want to say top 10, like top 11. I don't know. He's going to go for all the hardest things that there are in Sand Kingdom, which They're really tough.
Yeah. Well, like it's you know, while most really only one I could think of is, and that's going for Jaxie, getting on top of Jaxie. It's really the only place that you can really die. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're gonna see him try to do the Dram strat as well. That if you really, really mess it up, you only lose a couple of seconds, so it's really not the worst. But it's all the little time losses that you get from trying and failing to do the hard strats in sand that really add up over the course of this kingdom, because there are a lot. Like this one icicle jump here. Most runners have gotten it down at this point, but falling really does set you behind. You know, things like that are really they add up.
Yeah, the recovery in sand is kind of awkward there. Okay. So Zinpars,
I had to mention the icicle, didn't I? Here's Dram from Smallant. He's gonna get the transportation to the bullet bill. He does get it. Very nice.
How did he do that, Okra?
Motion controls. Yeah, so he had to throw his hat up. He had to use a motion control to throw his hat upwards, hold it in place as he dove to the moon, and then shake the controller to home it in onto the bullet bill and teleport to the bullet bill. Just motion controls everywhere. It's great. No runner ever has motion controls ever go wrong, because it always works. So, like, you know, it's really reliable. Technology. Yeah. And
Zinpars having a little bit of misfortune there. His bullet bill manipulation did go a little south, and I think.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wait for another one.
Yeah, he's gonna have to wait for another one. But the one thing to watch out for Zinpars is we casted his last race, and the one thing that really impressed me with Zinpars is just how easily he recovers from mistakes like that. Like while he was doing that climb up to the bullet bill manipulation, he went right back on top of that ice pillar. Anybody else would have just, you know, taken the stairs. You know, so.
A little bit of struggles for Smallant there on the Sphinx clip. Did take him his third try to get it, but he does clip in. He's going to head to loading zone now. See if Zinpars is going to have an easier time of it.
Both of our runners using the clip here, huh?
Yep. Oh, he clips into loading zone directly. So the optimal strat here is to do that and then try to do the clip again into the flowing sands room. I think we're going to see Zinpars go for it. He's going to collect these coins and then try to clip again.
Yeah, that did look like an intentional loading zone clip, so...
Oh, he doesn't get it first try. Ooh. Unfortunate there for Zinpars. Trying to get into the flowing sands room with the second Sphinx clip. Just not working out this time.
Now, really where did he get the bird?
He didn't.
Okay, so he's
really... gonna have to do...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna miss the cycle in the Oasis. He's gonna have to do notes. Smallant, not trying to do the double clip, is gonna get the bird in the Oasis, and Zinpars just says, "Screw it."
Yeah, at that point, I would agree. While the Sphinx clip can cost you a lot of time, as we see there, it is getting it first try is very rewarding. Not getting it first try is one of the most punishing things in the game.
I think even like third try you break even, but after 6 or so tries like that, you know, it's really starts to chip away at your time in big ways. So unfortunate there for Zinpars, and bonking on his way up to this bullet bill here, just not having a good time of it here in the Sand Kingdom.
Now, sadly, all of those, as we just saw there, Smallant got that bird in the Oasis. That bird you only have 2 cycles to catch that bird on with the route that both of these runners took. So Zinpars is gonna more than likely have to do a backup already, while the bird is gonna more than likely be out of the Oasis by this time.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way. Sometimes it circles around to the town if you wait long enough. I don't know if that's possible, but it's just better to do the notes backup because, I mean, it's right there. It's slower than the bird, but it's faster than heading to find the bird wherever it is. So yeah, bit of a lead emerging for Smallant here out of the Sand Kingdom.
Yeah, Smallant looking like he gained about a minute here, but 3 kingdoms in, I would not be sweating.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see something. I don't want to oversay that, but I was just about to. We're probably not going to see, you know, a large lead shift, like whatever lead Smallant left. Actually, I take it back. I was going to say that not a lot can happen in the Lake Kingdom, but he went to Wooded first. That's interesting.
I've only ever seen one other runner do this, and it was J Cool.
Oh, was it J Cool that did that?
Yeah, J Cool.
I thought it was I Ate Your Pie.
You know, maybe, but the only ones that I've seen are J Cool. Yeah, so kind of a commanding lead here from Smallant, but Wooded Kingdom being a very treacherous place.
Yeah, so runners have the option of going to either lake or wooded. Doesn't really matter, but since the first option on the menu is lake, most runners just mash A and go to lake. So what I was going to say is that if Smallant had gone to lake and Zinpars also went to lake, you know, whatever lead that Smallant exited sand with, he probably would exit lake with the same lead because, I mean...
Yeah, lake's not too treacherous.
Lake doesn't really... most, you know, runs of lake are pretty similar at this point, so... but just deciding to get the harder kingdom out of the way first, head straight to wooded, and doesn't get the triple jump. He's going to possess the uproot here.
Maybe this is one of this thing where they're okay. You know what? I think they're doing this to torture us, Okra. We have to talk about 2 kingdoms at once.
Yeah. Ooh. So Smallant going to be heading to the flooded pipeway section of the wooded kingdom. This is pretty. I think this is worth more talking about than the jumps that Zinpars is about to do, honestly. Sorry, Zinpars, Lake Kingdom just isn't that great. But, so this water here is on a cycle, as well as all the paths of the fuzzies are on their own cycles from the moment you enter this room. So you have to travel at a specific speed, not too fast, not too slow. Sometimes you even have to slow down, not to, like, hit the fuzzies! Oh my god, that was super close for Smallant, but he gets it damageless and on the fastest cycle. That was beautiful. And Zinpar is going to be possessing the Cheep Cheep here and just swimming through, because swimming as Mario is super slow and boring, and yeah.
Smallant makes his climb up to the uproots, pretty much getting the fastest. Why did I speak?
Getting the fastest bonk, yeah.
Getting just a quick bonk in there real quick. That climb being a little bit sketchy. You know, your camera angle is weird, and you kind of force your camera angle up in order to spawn that uproot by the time you get there. So. Wooded Kingdom being one of my favorite kingdoms to kind of show off Mario as a speed run, where you really get to see really just pretty much every tool we have to make it through this kingdom quickly. You're going to see some roll cancels, triple jumps, really just, like I said, every tool we have available.
Here's the boss fight from Zinpars. You can basically sit on this dude's head, and then he dies, and you win.
It's kind of like every Mario fight, right?
The Bowser fights are a little different.
Piranha, sit on him.
Well, I mean, you sit on them and you spray water. It's totally different.
Okay, but you do something and then you sit on them. In Mario Odyssey, you jump on their hat and then you sit on them.
You're right. Spraying water is completely different, man.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. As Smallant's going, okay. He probably just gonna reback it up.
Yeah.
This trick being very tricky. While we do a instant roll cancel into a max speed triple jump there, right into another triple jump. So while the first part of that jump is probably the more technical, precise one, you know, it's not over yet. As soon as you get the roll cancel triple jump, you get another triple jump to make. So.
Yeah, that's one of the harder tricks that saves like 2 seconds or something. It's really not that major to do that.
Saves time, Okra. What do you mean not major? What do you mean not major?
Sorry, I spoke too soon. It's a very important trick that saves just a ridiculous amount of time, and every runner has to go for it, even though the punishment is like...
It's only like a 10-second loss, depending on where you die.
Depending on where you die, yeah, of course. You and your justifications. I don't want to hear it. Man. I don't want to hear it. Smallant getting a quick hit. We're like in sync. You can say what I'm going to say.
We do this too much.
I know. So what's the important thing to note about this fight, Nerf?
You got to get enough coins, or else you lose the run.
No, like what about the fight? Like what's important here?
I think you said it right. Sitting on them. Let's just sit on the bosses until they disappear.
You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Why?
We're gonna see this fight later. What's the important thing to remember?
Oh my goodness! You're right. Oh,
what's the
how
important
could
thing
I
to remember about this fight?
The arena that it's in.
Yeah, we'll see Zinpars come to it, so like you can, take notes about the arena.
Yeah, we'll get the. My bad, I missed over the meme, and we can't miss over the meme that both of our runners got heart skip first try there. We just saw Zinpars go through the shop menu, and it may look easy, but you gotta click right one time with input delay, and then buy the moon without buying the heart. So don't Don't look over it. We're gonna go to see another hard skip.
Ooh, bonk right into the post there from Zinpars. You have to get up. Mario, what an oaf. What an oaf. Yeah, so here's Smallant gonna be heading to the Lake Kingdom now.
You know what, that switch that we saw Zinpars get just a minute ago, I don't know why, but lately I cannot hit that thing. I swear
really?
It moves.
It dodged the hat, yeah.
It dodges. That's the one thing that you don't see from these runners, is that things just straight up dodge your hat.
Yeah, like switches
can't be wrong, so they just had to dodge your hat.
Switches get out of the way of the hat. Trees like jump out at you and make you bonk into them. It's rough. It's really tough.
Yeah, 80% is no joke. It's a little late.
Oh no, I didn't quite get the height there to make the fastest cycle. That was super close.
Very noble of him to realize that and then try to go for the left wall. Most runners would have just, just fallen down right away. So Smallant getting back to that zipper.
Motion controls, dude. Yeah, they work all the time. Every time.
The zipper didn't dodge him. And I gave it to him.
Oh no, Zinpars! He dove the wrong way. He's gonna head into the deep woods.
No, dude.
Oh.
Okay, this is one of the let's see how he recovers this. We've only ever seen this 3 times here, I do believe, and there's only one way out of this. And I don't think Zinpars has gotten any checkpoints, so I don't.
Yeah, he's just gonna grab the nut and head out. You cannot warp out of the deep woods. You have to get the nut and use the beanstalk to get out.
He may have the waypoint before Pipeway, and that may save him.
He did get that, but
yeah. I'm just saying to not redo this. Okay, he's
it might just be faster to. Well, I actually don't know if it's faster just to roll to it or warp.
It would have to be faster to take the checkpoint.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because the Sphinx is in the way. Yeah, it would be faster to warp. I guess he just forgot that he got that, because normally runners don't get that checkpoint before the flooded pipeway, because it's just.
I'm not even sure if he got it. I'm just saying.
I think he did, but yeah. Really unfortunate there from Zinpars. And grab the uproot. Smallant leaving the Lake Kingdom. Probably now has a couple of minutes. Ooh, Zinpars. A couple minutes lead over Zinpars here.
Wow, I didn't even know. Hats off to Zinpars. I didn't even know you can make that with a single backflip.
Yeah, it's super tough, but you can do it. Dang, that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, it's one of the worst mistakes that we could see when it comes to time loss in any percent.
Yeah, I think Deep Woods is probably like. Yeah, I think that's the biggest possible time loss in the run, really, unless you just like die repeatedly.
Yeah, the one single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate.
But hey.
Odd
man. Yeah, that's what I was.
A promise from Odd Me. If Zinpars wins, I'm making him grand mod. Well, Zinpars now has true motivation to win the race.
I don't want to bring up any bad blood or anything like that, but we have seen someone fall into Dark Woods and win. Correct? I do believe
that is 100% true.
Yes, we have seen that on Speed Gaming before. So like, I'm literally not giving up for Zinpars yet. Like nobody got Zinpars out. Like there is so much run left.
But yeah, definitely. Huge deficit Zinpars has to make up for now if he wants to clutch the 3rd place spot. And Smallant's gonna try to do these fast strats for Bowser in Cloud Kingdom.
He gets it.
Yep, nails it.
Okay, what are the most 2 important things about Bowser fights?
2?
Yeah, there's 2. There's 2.
Getting good and punching him That's it.
10 points to Okra. He got it. The most important thing is hitting good and punching.
Yep. But no, seriously, we do have to kind of... there are two parts of capturing the hat for that Bowser fight. You have to hit it out of its attack pattern and then capture it once it's vulnerable. And Smallant, with that backflip strat, is able to do both of them instantaneously, simultaneously rather, and really speed up the process of that fight. So yeah, again, as we noted, Zinpars here in the fight against Spewart, it's a circular arena, right? This is important later because
take
notes. Just take notes. We'll come back to this.
As Smallant is coming up on his meme stream jump here. Okay, scared me a little bit. Good reaction.
Try again.
The one thing about Mario Odyssey is as long as you still have your cap throw left, you can kind of instantly change directions like that. So, reaction is a very important thing here, and Smallant is doing just about everything he can to scare us on that. There's even a little left on his hat there, but he keeps it going. So yeah, just Smallant making his way through the Lost Kingdom here, as Zinpars is going to be heading towards the Cloud Kingdom fight with Bowser. Hopefully we do not get to see our friend. Hopefully we do not get to see Klepto here, more than just for a second.
Smallant. Platform didn't move in time for him to run and vault off the hat, so just has to do a normal jump, wait for it to come back and jump again. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, okay, so he did scare off Klepto there. Did that correctly.
Ooh, these roll cancels from Smallant. Looking swaggy. You even see him throwing in spin pounds to go quickly.
Yeah, that's
one of the kind of newer. No, I mean nothing's too new by this point, but one of the newer.
Ledge grabs from Smallant. Yeah. Not quite bonking, but ledge grabbing. It's interesting. But yeah, Smallant's one of the hugest spin pounders, really, aside from like Nitro. It's him and Nitro are the ones that I see just spin pounding in crazy places. Yeah. Like he's going to spin pound here, roll to the bridge down there, and try to dive into the moon, and he gets it. Damn.
That being a very scary strat. As Zinpars gets the first quick hat there. We'll see if he can get the next 2 quick hats. Really, when it comes to the Bowser fights, just make sure you don't hit the hat too early and you don't hit it too late. That's our most important things here. And he hits a little bit too early, so Bowser's going to take his hat back.
I'm try to go for safe strats here now. Oh, but he still hit it too close to Bowser, so before it lands, it's within Bowser's radius. He just picks it right back up. It's really unfortunate. So, 3rd try for the 2nd phase.
As Smallant finishes his Lost Kingdom, and he's going to be off to Dark Metro. Dark Metro being a really kind of technical place. There's a lot of room for error, and the errors that you make can be really catastrophic, as you are very high up on these buildings. Falling now, it can only take a while, but could lead to your death. We don't get many checkpoints here, so. And in the second half of Dark Metro, it's important to make every cycle, including the boss cycle. So we'll get to see that from Smallant here. And an unfortunate bonk. Was not quite getting enough height. I don't know if he was just going for the quick climb there, not doing the hat throw into the wall, but gets it second time. That triple jump's looking a little scary. He's gonna have
Smallant.
Good reaction from him to realize that he's not gonna make it and dive over to the girder. And Zinpars not getting the moon tree jump there. Definitely unfortunate there.
Yeah.
Well, that death's not super costly. You just go right back to where you were. Coins are important. Zinpars is still looking good on coins, but
yeah. Both the runners going to be definitely in the clear for the Shop Moon in the Snow Kingdom. But yeah, really unfortunate death there from Zinpars. I was going to say that it looked like, based on the timings of the finishing of the previous Kingdom, that Smallant was roughly 2.5 to 3 minutes ahead of Zinpars right now, but could be more now. Not sure.
Smallant is in the city climb section here. This is another area where, again, any mistake, you're falling forever, and then you can die right at the end. So it's very high stress situation, and then we got one more long jump here where the camera really fights you to make it back. But Smallant1's gonna make it just fine.
Yep, he's gonna come out this door, do a spin pound, and head to the boss fight in the Dark Metro. He just spin pounds everywhere, dude. Oh, right. Zinpars also spin pounding, but bonking into the little staircase.
Yeah, a little bit too close to the corner. Now his camera angle may make this beetle in a weird spot. No, he's gonna get this just fine.
Yeah.
As Smallant1 enters the Mecha Wiggler fight. This is your favorite boss fight, right? Okay, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've never gotten a 3-cycle in your life,
I have
right?
never seen a 3-cycle, and I never will. You know what I have seen? A 4-cycle.
Yeah, I've seen a 4-cycle. Oh, I've never seen a 3-cycle because I either reset or let it go to 4. Gotta keep up to the tradition. And Zinpars, no, just missing his hat there. Taking a death there wouldn't be the worst if he had gotten the moon, but sadly his angle was a little off, so now he's gonna do a little bit of recovery here. And,
now what's interesting is he cannot land on this bridge. So if he does, he will activate the bird, so he has to, well, he died there, it's unfortunate, but he has to get under the bridge without touching the top of the bridge, collect the moon, and then die. Because if he lands, he will trigger the cutscene for the Klepto bird stealing his hat. So really tough section here. Cool, and he has to die. He can't try.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Oh. He might still die here. He might still die here.
No, this is a swag strat. You teleport, but you do die. I think. Okay. No.
Yeah. No. Okay. Wait, I've seen Dram 55 do the exact same thing and then die.
I've never seen that work.
Yeah. So what we just saw there from Zinpars is not only, like I said this earlier, just Zinpars' recovery on things is so just next level. Like that's why we're seeing him, in this high level race. While he has had some unfortunate mistakes there, just his recovery on stuff like that. So what we saw there is if you pause the frame that you touch the goop, you have the option to teleport out of there. So I've never done it myself, and I can't believe he just pulled that out.
There's a reason he made it this far in the tournament for sure. Oh my goodness, I've never seen that done, and without Mario dying. That's ridiculous. A
Smallant1 misses scooter clip there. He's gonna have to get a kind of wonky back it up.
Yeah, okay. Loses a little bit of time there, but Zinpars is taking a tumble.
He wanted the triple jump, but he just was a little bit too far. One thing we kind of brushed over is, this is the second race that both of these runners are doing. So, just doing one straight run under this much pressure is hard. I can't imagine, doing two. So maybe some nerves or maybe some fatigue getting to our runners.
Yeah, no, I mean, every single runner, I don't know the rules of this tournament. No, I don't know if it's actually an enforced rule that the runners had to do all the matches in their best of series in the same sitting, but everyone has elected to do so, unless they were forced to. I don't think they were, but that's been the way that everything's been played out, which I think is crazy. The dedication to just sit there and be like, yeah, I could, have the possibility of playing 3 runs in a row, 3.5 hours or so. So, yeah, I mean, the fatigue can definitely get to you in a scenario like this.
Oh, 100%. Zinpars does get the quick cycle there in City Hall, so that's always nice to see. As Smallant1 is going to be kind of on the later half of his light metro here. So.
Ooh, that was some slick stuff from Smallant1.
Third backflip, very swingy.
Yeah, I usually bonk there. I thought he would for sure, but no, he just landed right where he needed to. That was pretty. Yeah, Smallant1 making his way through Metro here. Zinpars gonna be heading to the boss fight with the Mecha Wiggler to start his own daytime Metro segment. Yeah, a pretty sizable lead for Smallant1 right now. Yeah, and it's like we said, honestly, the single biggest time loss, like dying once is a single time loss. Dying repeatedly, that's multiple time losses. The greatest single time loss that you can have in this any % run, basically, is hitting the deep woods, which Zinpars did. So there's basically no single mistake that Smallant1 could make now to lose his lead. it's going to be the accumulation of who, which mistakes happen and how big are they. Because assuming both runners play perfectly, and it's just down to like, what one mistake separated it. At this point, Smallant's solidly in the lead.
Zinpars having kind of a wonky. Okay, no, he got the tail. If he can get okay.
Yeah. He got
very
it.
fortunate that he got the tail.
He got it. You were sweating, weren't you?
I was. I saw the. One of the worst things you can see from Mecha Wiggler is that you still need the tail and the head. So. Zinpars, not a problem. Not a problem.
Not even worried. Chat, we got OTEP. Get your OTEPs ready, chat. You know what to do. Yay! Woo!
Oh yeah.
Never turn down an OTEP.
Not once, and I never will.
And we're gonna see it in a couple minutes, Yeah, a couple minutes as well. Don't underestimate the silent OTEP. It is
It
potent.
sneaks up on you.
It's potent.
It's very well respected in its community.
Yeah, Zinpars does have the entirety of Light Metro to go through. He only has 5 moons of the 20 he needs. Now he has 6. Still needs 14 more moons to move on. Metro, it's the largest kingdom by number of required moons to progress, with a total of 20. It's pretty huge. So,
that screw clip.
Slick! I
That
like
screw
it.
clip, not even taking a breath, just going right at it, saying, I don't need your RC car. I got a scooter, my dude.
Yeah, I mean, so that's just one example of, so Smallant didn't get that. He had to back it up a couple of times. Zinpars just getting it first try. That's the kind of, things like that will add up over time. If Zinpars can keep doing that in places where Smallant had a little bit of trouble, that's his key to victory here. And what do we got here on the left, Nerf?
We've got Smallant coming into Snow Kingdom, and he's gonna go talk to our best friend, Captain Toad. Everybody loves Captain Toad. He's got a very nice igloo in this
out
kingdom.
here in the blizzard.
And, oh my goodness, Smallant! I've never seen so much disrespect. Okay,
he threw his hat.
He purposely cleared all of Toad's.
I'm choking. Out here in the blizzard, Captain Toad's gonna freeze to death, dude. He just destroyed his shelter. Oh my god, this man is a monster.
Give me a break.
Oh.
That man gave us a moon and we left him for dead in the tundra.
I have no words. I don't know what to say.
I think we need to report a murder.
We need to report this man.
Okay, we're gonna come up. We glanced over the first hard skip. Yep.
V2. V2.
Oh
yeah.
Hard skip. Zinpars. I don't know if he got the moon. Okay, he did get the moon. So
yeah, he did.
Kind of a weird mistake there. I think he was in a dive animation. If he was, I mean, just reaction time in order to pull back and make it not fly off that platform.
Yeah, so Zinpars here are gonna collect the moons in the crowded room of people, and then he just has the band members.
Mario's gonna go through this crowd of people and not even say excuse me once.
What a rude dude.
Rude man. And now
Rude
we're coming
Italian.
up on the best room in the game, Okra. Everybody knows that the legal
the blowy
term
joy
of this guy. Oh my goodness, Okra said it. Okra, first, can somebody clip that Okra said blowy joey on the screen for once?
Smallant, that was some slick navigation.
And especially into his spin pound. He got to this blowy joey before it was even going on the right. Typically, you're on a good cycle if you get to that guy and he's still blowing right. Like that guy hadn't even started yet. So
yeah,
extremely fast.
Very fast cycle for Smallant. Very impressive. Sorry, losing my voice here.
Okay.
I can't clear my throat.
Is somebody attacking you?
I can't feel my throat.
Somebody pay you off?
Wait, Smallant just spin pounded, got pipe suck. What
Yeah,
haven't
that's
seen
something
that
that
before.
I've seen just that recently. Because that pipe's in an awkward spot to kind of get a fast pipe on it. So I think
Yeah,
that's the
he did it.
solution most runners have found. So,
Here in the Goomba room.
Goomba.
Oh, I love when Goombas kill themselves, but it didn't happen here for Smallant. And there was the silent
It's
OTEP
kinda
for those of
messed
you
up.
paying
Like,
attention.
Goombas probably have wives and stuff. And kids.
Silent
and you're just
OTEP.
happy to see.
Don't mind me just trying to get some golds here.
Mm-hmm.
Smallant making his way to the story moon here.
Let's see if he gets Oka's favorite tech right here.
Give me pipe suck. Give me pipe suck. I need pipe suck in my life. Thanks.
Okay, thanks, bye. Oh,
Yeah.
the fastest pipe known to man right there.
Juicy. It was juicy. I can't lie.
I can't deny that. I can't deny it. It was, you were ready for it. And, one thing I always like to see is the movement people take on the outside of this last room here. Smallant taking a little bit safe there. And to be honest with you, he could go for some crazy stuff. He is so far ahead. But,
yeah.
the smart thing to do is...
An entire Snow Kingdom is separating the runners. That's about 5 minutes-ish, I'd say. So yeah, I do want to see if Zinpars is going to commit homicide just like Smallant did. I need to know what type of man he is.
Yeah. So, looks like a falling in the water there a little bit. Nothing really. Okay. I guess nobody has any respect for this man. I
have no faith left.
I don't even know what to say.
What does one say to that? That's my question.
So what me and Oka are talking about there is the trigger to talk to Toad is on the outside of the snow. You can do it, but it's kind of like slow. You gotta line up, so nobody does it. But everybody just likes to kill Toad apparently. Just for some time save.
Honestly, they're all heartless. Ooh, nice wall strat there from Smallant. He doesn't wall jump and then bounce off his cap, but he throws his cap into the wall and just gets an immediate bounce off of it without doing a wall jump. So some slick tech there, and then a bonk to top it all off. Just
Yeah, just a bonk for safety.
really solidifying that he knows what he's doing. And Zinpars did get the heart skip.
Excellent. Now, well, we do need 10. If you could just look at the counter below. Zinpar's getting an unfortunate kick down from that bridge. Something we see kind of regularly, to be honest with you. And a weird motion control input there from him. I don't know if that was okay.
Very interesting. I know Zinpars is on Joy-Cons, so the motion controls are a lot easier on Joy-Cons.
I'm thinking maybe he's trying to do the wall kick with an up throw instead of
yeah.
Normal, so.
I don't know. I've never seen that strat before.
Kind of anywhere that you could do a hat throw into the wall or a wall kick, you can do an up throw into a wall kick. Save a little bit of time. Much harder.
Yeah,
as
for
Zinpars enters his blowy Joey room there.
It's really hard to. Yeah, that's kind of one of the only really RNG things in this run is where those spinies are. It can make you miss the fastest cycle, like it just happened to Zinpars there, which is really unfortunate. But that's about the best you can do given that spiny RNG.
He still gets to the before it starts blowing back, which is really what you want to see there. And as you can see, from the moon counters, we do need the identical amount of moons for both of these kingdoms here. But you can see just from Zinpars, every time we grab a story moon, there's an extremely long cutscene. So Snow ends up taking a lot more time than Seaside.
There's also a much more limited selection in what moons you can get before doing all the story missions in the Snow Kingdom than in Seaside Kingdom. So you have a wider selection of moons in the Seaside Kingdom. So they're just kind of naturally is faster because we had better moons to choose from in the first place. But yeah, so combine that with the really long cutscenes here, and definitely Snow Kingdom takes, about like 2 minutes longer than Seaside? Yeah.
Oh, Zinpar's going for that high jump there. Swag.
Spoopy. Very spoopy. It's not even worried though. I respect it.
Not even scared. Does not scare even.
Just gonna go for the triple here. Cancel. 1, 2, 3. He gets it.
He's got it. Yeah. He's got it. Very
beautiful.
From Zinpars. Very excellent Goomburn.
Mm-hmm.
That roll cancel triple jump being pretty terrifying.
Yeah, especially on the ice as you're trying to keep your momentum and like go in the correct direction. It's really sketchy.
Yeah. Turn too hard to the left. Ooh, that pipe suck from Zinpars. Making Okra's dream come true.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't be happier right now, honestly. Yeah, so
Zinpars. Yeah,
go ahead.
Up his snow. I want to see what he does. Whoa. Okay, he's gonna lose his hat jump.
Oh my goodness. God.
Okay.
I can't.
So
look.
he
can't.
got a he got a bounce off of that flower that you could bust open, which that doesn't count as touching the ground. So he did not have his cap jump back. So very quick reaction there to dive to the left. If he would have dove straight at the wind tunnel there, he would have bonked and fell down. So again, Zinpars is really showing off the quick reaction and good recovery here on all of these.
Yeah, I mean, just the best recovery I've seen in any Odyssey runner. Good grief.
Smallant is off to Luncheon Kingdom. Kind of, at the beginning, I really despise this kingdom. But the more I watch it, and the more I run it, the more I enjoy it. You really have a lot of options of how you move over the geometry of this really weird place here. But now we're off to the refight with Spirit, which is massively different here. Okra, can you go over it? What's different?
Well, his moveset's the same. His animations are the same. The cycles are the same. But the arena is rectangular.
It's rectangular.
Oh, completely different fight.
Completely mixing it up on us.
Yeah.
But you know what? Smallant, unaffected by those differences, is gonna just knock out Spirit. No problem. And Zinpars makes his climb up to the cliffside here, getting that first try. So it's good to see. Not something we see a lot of runners mess up, but it's rather precise, and your camera angle is not always cooperative.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to see.
So yeah, definitely it's the case, I think, that Luncheon Kingdom offers way more movement options than almost every kingdom. Even Wooded, which is super movement intensive and pretty much most runners agree it's one of if not the hardest kingdoms in the any percent run. I think there's more to show off in the Luncheon Kingdom, especially if you're doing like Forks Room and like Turnip Clip and stuff. There's a lot more going on and way more things to see, I think.
So just how each runner handles just the movement right there from the cap door to this pillar, we see a lot of differences in. So Smallant had a little bit of trouble there, had to recover a little bit, but he was actually going really fast on top of that that mountain, so he kind of had to catch himself. And we're gonna see just a really swaggy triple jump into it.
Yeah. So he threw out his cap, used motion controls to home it in on the half-broken box to break the box to reveal the moon as he's wall jumping up to the top where the moon will land.
Again, a long jump trick. Kobe throw. I don't think I've seen the long jump Kobe. Usually I see the
double,
double or the triple.
Small just wants to be different, dude.
I don't blame him. It was pretty swag.
Mm-hmm.
Zinpars
just
getting beat up a little bit.
That's just par for the course, though, being a cheap. It's almost as if you're on ice. Like, the cheap controls are kind of slippery. It's kind of awkward. But, it's in 3 dimensions because you can move anywhere. So it's just everywhere you go within the water, you're, sliding. It's super hard to describe, but it feels really awkward to try to maneuver as. So, fish bonks are pretty common.
And it's just frustrating because he gets that.
Showing off the up throws in the Forks Room. Love it.
One more scary jump here, and then it's going to be a pretty clean. Pretty clean Forks Room. I didn't want to finish that sentence for me. I'm pretty clean.
Not
Forks
until
Room.
It's over. Wait until it's over. Yeah, I feel that. Is somebody doing a kind of glitch here? It's not really glitch, but this wall. The ground extends down into the wall, so you can land on the side of that wall, and it counts as ground, so you can kind of make that jump there. It's super weird. It's not really a glitch, but it's an exploit, I guess. It's really weird.
Just some weird geometry here in Luncheon Kingdom. I don't it's kind of to be expected.
This, however, is a glitch.
What do you mean?
Well, Smallant just got a turnip, and he's going to put the turnip up on the side of this cage. Normally, you have to pull a switch to break open the cage, but we're going to put the turnip here, grab this frying pan bro, position him between the cage and the turnip, recapture him, and voila! Turnip clip.
For some reason, why you're capturing the pan bro in that weird scenario, he loses collision, and we just go right in. It cuts out this kind of annoying thing we have to do where we have to capture the pan bro and then throw a bunch of pans at cheese to expose the switch. And the way the pan bros throw their pans is extremely random and just crazy. Everybody hates it. So it was kind of a relief when this was found, but patched out. So we're kind of back to where we were if you're not a 1.0.
Or 1.1. Some
or 1.1.
Yeah, I mean, some runners have been able, like Zinpars, to keep 1.1 and just not update, and so they still have 1.1. But yeah, if you are in the most recent version, that clip is unavailable to you, unfortunately.
And we kind of brushed over it with both these runners. I think both of our runners went for the salt pile triple jump at the beginning of Luncheon.
They both did, yeah.
While that jump being just hard to do the normal way, a lot of runners have opted into doing a triple jump off of this tiny salt pile to make it up there, which is you just make that jump even harder while it's already pretty precise. So.
Yep, Smallant grabbing the triple blue bananas from completing meat percent here in the Luncheon Kingdom as Zinpars is fighting the completely different rectangular arena fight with Spewart, which is very different and harder.
What if he goes bouncing around?
Sorry, what was that?
What if?
But yeah, Smallant closing out Luncheon Kingdom, going to be heading to I'd say probably one of the most difficult kingdoms in the entire run. There are a lot of frame perfect tricks here that really don't have a backup, and just, you know, you lose so much time if you fail it. But like every runner these days goes for it, you know, and so I don't know. It's just a lot of pressure on the runners as they do this next kingdom that Smallant's entering here.
Now Smallant's coming up on, you know, the fastest. Oh, Zinpars. I didn't know he only had 1 health.
Yeah, he took damage in the side room first.
Oh, it's so unfortunate.
But yeah, Smallant here in the Luncheon Kingdom, or Ruined Kingdom. I'm looking at Zinpars' screen. Smallant's in the Ruined Kingdom. Again, hardest kingdom in the whole run. Like, just you'll see the frame perfect tricks when they happen. It's just
so frame.
Honestly, it's insane. I can't believe that this kingdom has to be running this way these days. Because like, I don't know, it's the run's just come a long way, I guess.
Yeah. So what Oka's really talking about is this boss fight sucks. There's really not a whole lot we do to speed it up. The most important thing is that we're available to pull the pins out of its nose or its head, whatever you want to call it, as soon as it allows us. It's practically an auto-scroller of a boss fight. Like I said, this is very little we can do to speed it up. So you can see, like, you know, Smallant's just messing around, dodging these hula hoops, and then he's just going to jump on the nose and be ready as soon as it's available.
Yeah, it's really nothing you can do to speed up this fight. It really sucks. For those who weren't aware, I was memeing and like clearing my throat to try to indicate that I was memeing. Okay,
meme tech.
But yeah, so nothing really. I mean, I mentioned before that, like, you know, whatever lead Smallant went into the Lake Kingdom with, he should come out with. That's especially true here in the Ruined Kingdom because, I mean, every single, it's the same run for everyone. It's virtually an auto-scroller.
And with the, you know, as long as nobody takes an unfortunate death in that fight, which really the only way you can do that is just being silly, because you have, like, you already have 3 hearts, and then there's like 6 hearts out on the level. So
yeah. Yeah, Zinpars doing that down throw, just missing the fireball there. He's gonna grab the other one. use the geometry here to get on the wall. Didn't quite get it, so he has to reposition for it. Ooh, that's really unfortunate. There, he gets it the third time.
You know what? It's a meme I brought up almost every time I've commentated an 80% race with Ruined Kingdom is what Oddmay just said in the chat. Is no one has attempted to jump through the hula hoops yet, so maybe it does insta kill the boss. I don't know. We'll never know.
Yep, so Zinpars is just making sure to kill that Spiny before heading to do the clip, because that Spiny can really mess with you. If you don't get the clip first try, it'll like slowly
that's the worst Spiny in the game. You know,
it's really annoying.
There was a Spiny up by the cheese blocks that we break that was like, it was nice that, oh sweet, we don't have to deal with that guy anymore, we don't have to deal with the switch anymore. And then of course we find another glitch where there's just Spinies were so well placed in this game. We're about to see another one right next to this lamppost. Zinpars is about to light. How many times you got chased around by that thing?
Oh my god. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a bully. It's already after him. It's already after him.
But yeah, you cannot kill Spinies in this game except by the frying pans from the Frying Pan Bros, or by like knocking them off the side of the platform.
And Smallant1's getting bullied by one right there. They're so well placed.
They really are. I mean, it's such a nuisance in this game.
Now, one thing you may notice about Bowser's Kingdom is that there's no indicator on how many moons we need. And Zinpars, there is a spot you can survive here, but unfortunate.
Dying to the Pepto again. Really unfortunate.
A little bit of fatigue coming in there from him, as you know, he is pretty much running this game for about 3 hours straight in this race. So.
Yeah. But yeah, as you were saying about the moons in Bowser's Kingdom.
Yeah, so we don't have an indicator on how many we need. So, I mean, obviously we know how many we need because it's a few times we've been through this game. We need every story moon plus 2. So I think I think Zinpars goes for the bird strat around the corner, while Smallant goes for the box break. So watch out for that difference there. Yeah. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I mean, again, because you need 2 more moons than the required story moons to move on, we kind of have an option of which ones we choose to from the available moons. So there's been some back and forth in the route between hey, which 2 moons do I want to get, and that's been changing a little bit. I think it's more or less settled at the toppest tier.
Smallant just getting bullied by bombs and birds. Oof. Like, it would not let him grab that moon shard to save his life. Like,
yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, so for the top level of competition here, it's kind of been settled which 2 are the fastest moons to route in. But some runners still preferring old strats. We definitely saw that from Samurai Man on the relay race. I don't know. You watched the relay race, Nerf?
I did. Yeah, we did.
I know you were in it, but I don't know if you tuned out afterwards. After
I watched
Cascade.
It. We finally got to see Glory Hole revive.
We got to see it again. Yep.
I mean, if there's any Grand Pooh Bear subs in the chat, I feel for you. The day that Glory Hole was routed out. It was a sad day.
But we move on and we adapt.
We learn to adapt. We learn to forget the things.
Just block out the pain.
Never forget.
Block out the pain.
Smallant, and one thing we kind of brushed over about Bowser, let's just watch this fight. This fight being another refight, we did see him in the very first kingdom, but as you see here, there's a lot more hats in. Smallant just got the first cycle very clean, the next cycle being the very hard one. It looks like he gets it.
Yep, very nice, very nice.
Very clean top of fight. Smallant.
And Zinpars is going to be doing some frame perfect tricks here.
Frame perfect.
And the Harriet fight from Smallant. Now, Harriet is actually in the game normally. She's in the story missions. You fight her in the Sand Kingdom, but we didn't do the story missions in the Sand Kingdom, so we never see her. This is the first time seeing her in the any percent run. So surprise, there's this girl here. She throws bombs at you, and then you throw them back at them without missing her, like that. So yeah,
Harriet's alright.
She's alright.
Yeah, when I think when we first saw this game starting to be like run and all that stuff, we saw like 3 different strategies with this boss, but now kind of everybody does the same, where we get an early knockback on the bomb. Some runners would opt to wait till the bomb was on the ground and then hit it back. So there's a lot of options, but we definitely found the fastest one so far. As Zinpars needs to be a little bit careful here. If he gets bullied by these spinies, looks like he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah. So he's going to be finishing up Rune Kingdom and be off to Bowser himself. Bowser's being just a gauntlet of platforming, weird camera angles, triple jumps, and boss fights, like we'll get to see here from Smallant.
Yep, we're going to see Smallant go for 1 moon behind this wall up ahead. There's some crates you can break and get access to a little alcove. He's going to not be going for his normal strat, actually. I'm kind of surprised. But he's going to be breaking these boxes, getting the moon, and then heading out of this pipe. Now, after this pipe, the camera is fixed, and he's going to be heading towards the camera. So he's basically going to be doing this section blind until he can rotate the camera around and land here. He's got
it. That being extremely scary. Just kind of 2 back-to-back scary movement options there. So, but Smallant make it look easy.
Yeah. Yeah, Smallant's normal, quote-unquote, normal strat there is super spooky and super blind, even getting to that moon alcove behind the crates. He decides to do something a little safer today, but normally he scares us half to death with that stunt. Making his way to the Mecha Brutal fight here. Yeah, I'm just doing getting a little stuck here. He has a timer. The boss is flashing. He's gonna get it. Okay, yeah.
Very nice.
Yes. So once you start climbing, you only have so long before the boss will knock you off to get that hit in.
And going for the quick ground pound. First time we ever saw that, me and Okra both had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Now we're just jaded. Everybody better be doing it.
Yep. So Zinpars is gonna keep that bird there, hold his hat near it, grab this moon, and then teleport back to that bird by shaking the controller for motion controls. Very nice. So he's going to be doing that instead of the moon behind the crates that we saw Smallant get.
I don't know what the difference in time there is. I think
it's relatively minimal.
Yeah, it's so small.
I want to say like 2 seconds.
And safe. Very safe.
Yeah. Very clean mecha fight from Smallant. Gonna be exiting Bowser's Kingdom as Zinpars grabs his first story moon here. Well, I shouldn't say exiting. He's grabbing his grand moon. Yep. But yeah, I mean, what, like 2/3 of Bowser's Kingdom separating the runners right now? That's a pretty big margin.
Yeah. Sadly, Zinpars is gonna have to look for a big mistake from Smallant for.
Yeah, we'll be looking for Smallant to die approximately 3 to 5 times in the escape sequence. Nice vault strat there from Zinpars. I forgot that he did that.
But he's good. I thought he was missing a moon shard. I was about to say. He is missing a moon shard.
He does. He didn't get the one over the gap.
No, I think he missed.
Oh, he's bringing back Glory Hole.
What?
Oh, Zinpars.
I don't
he shouldn't have.
Or he's just a man after our hearts. Making those.
What a legend.
Yeah, what a legend. Making sure those Grand Pooh Bear subs get what they deserve. That's one of the best emotes. One of the best emotes. When I saw that, I lost it. And then I shed a tear when it got routed out.
Yeah. Very nice, though. Yes, the only remaining match after today is the grand finals between Macrovita and Valor, excuse me. Macrovita, I wanted it to be versus Smallant so we could have a Canadian final, but it didn't happen. But against Valor is also going to be a very exciting race. Finland, yeah. Finland, you prefer Finland over Canada? Hello?
That's not what I said. I was just saying, whoa, don't put words in my mouth, Okra.
We're going to see Macrovita, a Canadian, against Valor from Finland. And tentatively that's going to be on Sunday night, but it hasn't been finalized yet. So
I am large excited. Hopefully you will get to see Okra and myself there for one of those matches. Large excite for that.
Large excite.
Grande excite.
Yes. Yeah, here's Smallant coming up on the Moon Cave skip. The one thing we could not live without, probably. I think this is one of the biggest time saves in the run, and this was discovered pretty early on.
Yeah, I think first or second day.
Yeah, just about. Definitely first week. This has just kind of always been in the any percent run.
Very true.
It would be pretty bad to not have that. If we had to do the Moon Cave section,
I would roll back. I would roll back to 1.0 in a heartbeat. Zinpars is on his topper fight here. We'll see if he can go. Going for some quick hits there. He's gonna need one more jump and gets it almost instantly. Very clean there from Zinpars. Very clean topper fight.
So we had a refight with
kind of far away. Okay, he should
get
it.
So we had a refight with Spewart and Luncheon Kingdom, where the arena was different here. Here, this is a refight with Bowser. It's a repeat of the fight from the Cloud Kingdom. What's different in this fight, Nerf?
I think Bowser's been working out a little bit. I mean, he's beefed up, maybe getting some good protein. But other than that, I'm not sure. I mean, Bowser's just looking more fresh.
He does have that one phase that Smallant was just kind of memeing through, where you just have to wait for him to be done attacking. Also, he throws more hats at you.
More hats!
Yo!
Hype. Get on the hype train for more hats.
Different fight. Completely different fight.
A little bit more auto-scroller, but it is the sim strat. We just want to make sure we don't hit the hat too late or too early. And so far, Smallant's been doing just fine. As Zinpar goes for the single jump over here. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Gets it. By the way, that fire that Bowser is breathing is just a floor scan. As long as you are not on the ground, you just like, I don't know, a couple pixels off the ground in a jump animation, it won't hurt you because it's just a floor scan.
It's in the swag. Oh, he didn't quite get it, but hats off. Oh my god. Okay.
He's gonna grab the other one. It's okay.
You know what?
He's trying to be swaggy. He kills that one too. He's waiting for another one to show up. Zinpars.
Crouch and shame here, but hey, you know what? Props to him for going for it. He's just getting insult on injury.
It's okay.
Here.
There's a checkpoint at the top of the wall. He's gonna heal up. It's not a big deal there. Zinpar's having fun. As Smallant is in the escape sequence now. Let's get this triple jump, and we will see Smallant going for 2D shortcut here. It saves like 2 seconds, and the punishment for failure is like losing 45 seconds. But like, you have to go for it. It's time save.
It's at first, I think when the game was new, everybody was like, "That's insanity to go for," but now it's just kind of
it's standard. Yeah. Yep, gets it. I want to see Smallant do XG skip. He has to. He didn't do that. Come on. I'm so disappointed right now. I don't know how to put it into.
I just don't even know, Okra. I thought Smallant was gonna do it. I don't even know what it is, but I hope he did it.
Failing me. I don't know what to say. Heading into the final room. Can you prepare your sour please, chat?
Zinpar's getting a very clean mecha fight there. I don't think he made any error. Got up on top of it and didn't fall off, so very clean there.
Yep. Smallant just closing out the room here with pillars. Unfortunately, looks like today is not the day that Zinpars will be becoming a grand mod of the Mario Odyssey community.
And Smallant is about to bust out a low battery percent here. He's so close.
Oh, that's a 10600, isn't it? Oh man, I was off by a second, but that is still a heckin' fast time.
Yeah, crazy fast. I think only 16 seconds off of his PB. So
yeah, I mean, so he gets the 105.59. Official SRL time is the 106.00. And so Smallant will be the victor today, securing for himself the 3rd place in the Mario Odyssey NE% tournament.
Yes, so as you know, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, and this is for a bronze match. Both of these runners being knocked out in semis, so to decide who got 3rd and 4th, that's what this competition's for.
Mm-hmm.
As Zinpars is going to be heading into Moon Kingdom himself. We'll see if he goes for XD skip. Maybe he may not win the race, or maybe he'll win our hearts. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I'm still impressed with Zinpars. Honestly, like from it started with Deep Woods, but just like things kept going wrong throughout the race for him, and he's been honestly holding it together pretty well considering.
Oh, yeah, I think you know, we've seen some people just GG right there. So
yeah,
hats off to him for just keep going. Like, you know, why not just keep going? Anything can happen, just like anything.
And then you know
it is a race, so you can't just reset.
And Zinpars being a man of the people, like going for a glory hole, going for the swag strats. You know he's gonna go for XD skip. I believe in this man.
Getting a little bit too close to the wall there for trying to go. Well, maybe a little bit too. Well, see if he gets it. He's a little far to the right and low.
Oh yeah,
a little bit too far to the right.
Unfortunate.
Well, this jump not being super difficult. It is semi-precise. So again, a little bit too far. Okay, no, he's
just gets it. Yeah.
And...
Oh, you didn't get the hat reset though.
Oh, so one of the most unfortunate things you probably have seen is Mario only gets one cap dive. He only gets to jump off his cap once before he touches the ground. And if you jump the very first frame after cap jump, you won't get a reset on it. So it's very unfortunate.
Yeah. So because Zinpars did a frame perfect jump there, he was punished. That's really unfortunate, honestly.
Bummer drummer.
And the backflip start strat, I like it. I don't know if he's gonna get that hat there. Oh, he did. Very nice.
Yes. Zinpars is in his refight with Bowser here. Looks like he got first cycle just fine. Let's see if he gets next one.
Yeah, again, this is just a floor scan. Just be off the ground when the flame comes under you by any amount, and you don't take damage. Because, you know, we're in 3D games now. Technology's gotten super advanced, and, like, we know what we're doing. Also, a little bit of a late hit there from Zinpars. Have to go for safe strats here. Next,
one more cycle here, maybe we'll be on our way. Maybe we went for the rule.
just memeing.
Just maybe going for a backflip.
Just Zinpars things. I appreciate it. Damage boosting. And he gets it.
Gets it.
Very nice. So I'm actually. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna interrupt for just a second because I think this is mildly amusing. Talking about, it's really hard to save time on Ruined Kingdom, and like every Ruined Kingdom run is pretty much the same. But that is exactly the split that Zinpars golded here.
Hey, sometimes you get you do the strat just right, the pristine strat.
I don't know by how much he golded it, but probably like a second, if that. So hey, like this run for Zinpars was not without a gold, let it be known.
Right on. You know, you just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Like I said, nobody's showing off, you know, reaction and just recovery ability like Zinpars has in this, you know, the end of the tournament here. Even though run we saw him do before, just, you know, how he reacted was so clean and just fortunate. So.
Yeah. And oh, yes, we saw the XD skip. It happened, boys. I don't care.
How swaggy.
I don't care if Smallant wins the race. Zinpars has won my heart.
Oh yeah, and we can't forget the frame perfect poison warp in Lost Kingdom. My goodness.
Yeah, that was
my goodness.
I think we know who the real winner is here, chat. Get out your sour pleases. You know it's time. Smallant washed up. Confirmed. Confirmed washed up. So we are going to be seeing Zinpars close out with a high 112, it looks like.
And Smallant will be our third place winner for this tournament. So, I'm not sure about Zinpars, but I know Smallant. I do believe this is one of his first speed runs, so I'm sure for him to get. You know, let's not forget that, you know, over 120 people entered this race. So, you know, to come out third is massive, you know, especially,
even fourth out of 120 plus people. I mean, I you know, I think at a certain point this run became a little memey for Zinpars. Just, you know, things kept happening, but you know, really, really impressive showing across this tournament from both of these runners. Again, Zinpars closing out with an official SRL time of 1:12:51, but I mean, really, really fantastic showing from both of these guys. And yes, you are right, chat. The winner is me for getting to see the sweet, sweet pipe sucks here. It was they were delicious.
It's right. Oh. Just see if we can get these boys in here for a chat.
God. Yes, that's right. Zinpars won his match against Iluvatar, the illustrious GameCube controller runner who can't use motion controls. Zinpars won by 1 second. Welcome, Smallant. Hello, you live? I think he's dead, boys.
The run killed him.
The run killed him.
He was put on this earth to do this tournament, and now he has to go home.
Hey. He was outdone by Zinpars' swag. You hear Smallant?
What's going on,
Hey,
guys?
yes, I am.
Hey, there he is.
Zinpars.
Hi.
Welcome.
Well, congratulations to both of you. We were just congratulating both of you guys. You know, this was a 120 plus man tournament, so you know, to make it as far. Now, Zinpars, is this kind of your first speed game, or have you been into speedrunning beforehand?
Yeah, this is my first speed game. I've tried some Ocarina of Time bingo, but not really. I wasn't not really good.
And same for you, Smallant, too, right? This is your first big speed game, right?
Yeah, this is basically when I entered the tournament, I hadn't ever sped run anything before.
Wow, okay. But yeah, so both of you guys, you know, just showing off, like, you know, that speed running, and you know, anybody can do it, and as long as you just put the time in, you show out third and fourth in a massive tournament. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I mean, especially, I was gonna make a note of this as well. Getting a 105 in a race, Smallant, is that a first for you?
Yeah, it is actually. In my other races, I just was completely off. So this one, I was 40 seconds behind my PB in the middle of it, but brought it back a lot there. So
wow. Did you pull out any gold from both of you guys? You know, what golds? I always like to know if anybody was, you know, comparing against their splits. You know, what golds and stuff that they got.
For me, in my first race, I think I might have golded Wooded, but I kind of messed around there and decided to confuse you guys. So I don't know if I actually golded it or not.
We'll get to that. we'll get there.
In that run, that last run that I did, I golded Snow and I golded Luncheon.
Right on,
Nice.
right on. Anything
Lunch
from
goals
Zinpars?
are really,
I think we
really
heard
rough.
of a ruin gold, I think is what the word was.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. For some reason, I had a ruined gold. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Nobody
we were-
ever knows why they gold that. Nobody knows. Like it's nobody ever knows.
like gold
Ask
by
yourself.
1/10 of a second or something dumb. Like yeah.
Yeah. But in my first race, I golded the wooded by like 11 seconds.
Oh wow.
That's
And that
Nice.
was still not really perfect. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Still a huge goal.
that was really cool.
Yeah, it's
Very
always
nice.
nice to know that if you get a gold and there was still something you messed up, you can always go back and even get a nicer one. You know, Smallant, that was an awesome run. You know, very technically clean, and you know, you were only a few 16 seconds off your PB, so that's massive in a race.
Yeah.
And Zinpars, you had quite a few, you know, technical errors there, but one thing that really impressed me in Ochre was just your adaptiveness, if you know what I mean, like how quickly you can react to mistakes. Like, first of all, that frame perfect warp out of Lost Kingdom, like, give me a break,
Yeah.
dude. Like,
Yeah, I was just like, whatever, I'll try it.
and you got it.
Yeah. I think I needed that to get enough coins, actually.
It,
I think I had 109.
that was crazy.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
think
God.
you were at like 106 or something.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that small ant, but Zinpars didn't get the first try onto the bridge, and
Yeah.
so he had to go retry it. Couldn't land on the bridge because of activating Kleptos, so he got under it, and then the frame he hit the poison, teleported out, got to the Odyssey without dying.
That's nuts.
I've
Yeah,
never
it's-
seen that done before, and I don't think I'll ever see it again. But that
Yeah.
was amazing.
I knew it was possible, and I've seen other people do it in a race, but then as soon as they got back to the Odyssey, they just died.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, my second run was... I got pretty tilted after the Sphinx.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like, normally I get it pretty quickly. Like, I got it first try, but then I
Yeah.
tried to get it again, and yeah, that lost me already a minute.
Oh, that sucks.
Mhm.
And then that little mishap in Wooded happened.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't give up on you though, because we have seen people win out of Darkwood, so we never gave up.
I think I could have still PB'd actually after that. But
Yeah, definitely.
yeah,
It's tough,
I mean-
man, like to recover after. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
and seeing your time, Smallant, I probably could not have beaten that. I think that's below my sum of bests.
Yeah, that was a really good run on my end.
Yeah, that was fantastic. 105 is extremely good.
So I do want to ask this, Smallant, why Wooded first?
I just
Just
figured I'd confuse you guys and
I told you
might
that's why.
separate a little
I
bit.
told you. You wanted
Oh
to
my
make us
God.
talk about two kingdoms at once. It's the only.
Make it a little more interesting.
So literally just for the memes.
Yeah, just with the memes.
Okay. I thought you had like a strategy or like some.
Yeah, I
some
thought we were gonna
practical-
see the first ever
something.
lake skip.
No,
Lake skip.
no,
The legendary.
no,
lake
just throwing a
skip.
curveball. All right.
Yeah.
Well, very awesome showing from both of you guys. You know, the tournament is coming to an end here. That was the last match before grand finals. So it's awesome to see, you know, people who just, I mean, me, myself, SMO was the first speedrun I ever picked up. So it's awesome to see, you know,
Mhm.
guys come into this and then just, you know, get this far. So
I do want to ask, since we still do have the grand finals ahead of us for each of our runners, who do you think's gonna win?
That's tough. Balu has been like super consistent in races, but Nightcrawler
Yeah.
is the world record holder.
Yeah.
yeah, I think Valu has gotten a better time every race compared to his races. So
Yeah, I mean, objectively, Nitro runs more often, so I
Mhm.
think he might win. But
I think-
as Smallant said, Valo is really consistent,
Mm-hmm.
so I think it will be close.
I'm really looking forward to it myself.
Necro probably has the edge, but it can go either way.
Yeah, it'll be really exciting. I mean, and definitely, you know, I think that's actually true. In every single tournament race Valley's done, he's gotten a faster time. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what he does here. Yeah, I definitely y'all want to tune into that one. Again, tentatively scheduled for for Sunday night, but hasn't been finalized yet. And we'll look to see what happens there. Just need to actually put it on the schedule. Hint, hint, Nitro, Valu. But yeah, I mean, again, GG guys, thank you so much for fantastic race now and throughout the tournament. It's been a pleasure to watch you guys. It's been really, really fun.
Yes,
Yeah,
thanks
thanks for the commentary. Sometimes I peeked at the chat and I've seen a lot of people say that the commentary is good, even though the race was so uneven.
Oh.
So yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, we like to have fun here.
yeah. I always enjoy Okra's company up here.
You shouldn't have.
But again, follow these runners, guys. They're awesome. Go follow Okra. Follow myself. Thank you guys so much for watching, and definitely tune in for that grand finals. Again, hats off to Smallant and Zinpars for this awesome race. Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
Thanks for commentating, you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. No, anytime.
And that'll be it for us, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Take it easy.
Bye bye.